You watching that Saints game? You don't even laugh. I'm looking at Russell Wilson throwing INTs and getting strip sacked and beat up. Then you see Tom Brady looking like complete butt. It just goes to prove my theory. There ain't no such thing as a perfect quarterback. They all get their butt kicked here and there. It's got to happen. I know. Hey, I'm going to be Jimmy's dude. You know, I'm telling you, man, I still think he needs to be healthy, and he needs his receivers to grow up a little bit, too, and we're back on track. But that has nothing to do with today. Coach Shanahan's Week 9 roster of mostly backup players will not be returning for the Week 10 matchup versus the Saints. I don't even know if anybody, right now, the way the Saints are playing, why couldn't Michael Thomas wait till another couple of weeks? Why? The Saints look like a whole different team with him back in there. Good God. Nick Mullens may have the support of not only the players that were wrongly held back last week due to false COVID-19 testing, but big playmakers Raheem Mostert and Deebo could be returning to the current anemic offensive attack with the sudden emergence of Richie James. Fam, is there hope in the Niner Empire now brewing, maybe smoldering a little bit? Smells like barbecue, too. You know what I'm saying? It's really, God. But the fun part of the day was the Cardinals and the Hawks gained absolutely not one more game in NFC West. Oh, so much fun to watch. See, you know what really pisses me off about that game though with the Hawks and the Bills? Kyle, come out there running the ball. They don't have a secondary. Just drop the rock everywhere on the field. I know Jimmy can't do it. He could do it. Anybody can do it. Just throw the ball. Of course, I didn't notice, so Buffalo's offensive line did a better job. Oh, what am I talking about? 7 sacks today? That doesn't matter. Just keep looking for your receivers because they're not going to be able to stop them. If you run, they're going to be able to do a better job of it. But just keep going for the receivers. And that's what Sean McDermott said. Man, damn that. Forget about balance. These guys are the worst team in history as far as defending the pass. Bomb them. And he did. Won the game. I'm mad as hell. Anyway, it's... I have no idea what happened to the Cards, but I only saw the score. I got to check that out. What is going on with the Dolphins? Are the Dolphins to be taken seriously? They beat us. Of course, they beat us but they did beat the Cards, and the Cards was out there fully manned. I have no idea. You know, I told you at the beginning of the season, look out for the Cards, and sure enough, here we go. Fam, anyway, let's get into this. Niners could be getting some immediate forces before next Sunday's matchup with the Saints. Coach Shanahan was asked on Friday about the possibility of getting Hing, the Dream, Deebo, and Ben Garland back in time for the upcoming game. Shanahan responded saying, quote, Ben doesn't have a chance this week. But I do think Raheem and Deebo do. That's not for sure. I mean, I'm hoping for it. I know they've got a chance, but we'll get a good look at them on Monday. And hopefully we can at least get them eliminated for Wednesday, unquote. Please, we do not want to deal with the Saints with no Deebo, no Mostert. We got to run on them dudes, man. I'm telling you, you know what, though? One thing I do say, though, you give me back all our guys. I don't care who we're playing. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be a fight, baby. The Niners will also get back tackle Trent Williams, KB, and B. Ayuk. Oh, all three along with Samuel missed this past Thursday night game against the Packers due to the COVID capers, you already know, after being identified having had contact with KB prior to the testing positive for the virus last week, which came back negative 2 times in a row. All tests, as you know, since then have been negative, as I'm saying, paving the way for their return. All three players missed Thursday night, and the Packers took full advantage of the Niners being extremely shorthanded to the tune of 34-17. And the only reason we got to them points at the end of the game is because I guess the Packers just said, you know what, take it easy, man. It's okay if they march in the end zone. Ain't no big thing. Added Shannon quote, so just possibly getting back Deebo and Raheem with the injuries, and obviously excited to get Ayuk and Bourne and Trent Williams back. You should be, Kyle, unquote. Fam, the legendary Revenge Tour has been canceled, but the show has to go on. That's just all there is to it. Here's my question. Can Coach Shanahan readjust with the new approach and emphasis? Because he's now lost George Kittle, a very extremely necessary element for the 49ers offense to actually operate. But we don't have him. We got to move on. We got to keep going here. Jerick McKinnon could be taken seriously last Thursday and may have reasserted himself back ahead of JaMycal Hasty, whom I'm getting a little worried about with JaMycal Hasty. Yeah, he may have ball protection issues, but we'll see. But anyway, team up JM, team him up with Haim, and we may be able to return to more play action. It's all about keeping the other team off balance. I know that. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What about the defense? I know. Also, did Coach Shanahan take it easy with Jordan Reed Thursday in an attempt to keep him ready to roll starting next Sunday? I asked about that. People said, yeah, they saw him out there, and some theory rise as it may have been a snap count thing, and I can understand that makes sense. And as Coach knew it was a long shot to have anything to do with winning that game versus the Packers. Anyway, you could tell in Kyle's presser that he really did feel that way. He wouldn't say it. But he did seem as if, they did a little worse than I thought they would. But when he said that, okay, Kyle, you knew they was going to get beat. I know. We all knew there was no real chance. We're just hoping maybe something weird could happen. Okay. Deebo. But I'm telling you, man, Deebo, Brandon, KB, and Richie gives Nick every kind of receiver needed. He just has to find them. I'm telling you, I'm a Richie James fan. I always thought Richie was better than Kyle. Just wouldn't let him play. Richie's still going to be doing punt return. Kyle, you got to use him. Let Trent do the punt return for a while and see how that works. The biggest worry is at center. Grassu played so bad versus the Hawks that Brunskill was man in the center spot against the Pack. It's going to take some extremely inspired play. But, fam, going forward, you fill in the blank. I say the Niners come back next week and give the Saints all their worth. Because, for one thing, watching the Bucs look tired. Brady's out there throwing the ball. It's falling short. Gronkowski is not the blocker he used to be. The best thing the Bucs got going right now is Ndamukong, it seems like. They just don't, and the Saints are doing anything they please. I am concerned about our defense. I don't know what they're going to do. That just is a huge mystery to me. I don't like Eric Armstead out there playing on the edge. Corey Hyder's fine. Is D Ford ever going to come back? Next week will be a good time for him to do so. Man. Anyway. Okay, I see. Bob Murray says we need to learn from the freaking Bills. Today we need to learn how to find a quarterback like that, whether it be Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. Fam, I just want to say this about that. You can bring a new quarterback in there while the Super Bowl window would be open if we had all our players. Keep in mind, though, any one of these super guys in college, they're going to have to go through a training period. They're going to have to go through an adjustment period. Do you really have time for that? That's a minimum of a year. Hey, Jose Arevalo. Hey, Jose, what's up, fam? He said, Seahawks finally played full healthy team equal exposed. They're not really fully healthy, though. They didn't have Carson. And Carlos was missing. So, they got guys missing. But still, they're supposed to come back on everybody. You got DK. What's up? DK did a job, too, anyway, though. Anthony Nagatani. NFL should owe the 49ers a sixth-round compensatory pick for the BS with Kendrick Trent. And Tony, so right. Oh, yes, they should give us a compensatory pick. That was their call, and they put those doctors out there to screw up like that. And Hendrick, Kane, seen you in a while, man. Hendrick's IG at 9 Wire. Thanks, fam, for those contributions. Tony, thank you, too. Zach Wilson is a new era Steve Young. Accurate ball placement, extremely mobile. Our receivers can expand their potential if we grab him. Grabbing a new quarterback like this guy, I have no problem. But please, let him learn behind Jimmy for at least the next 2 seasons. This is all I ask. Oh, I don't want a fresh new quarterback out there with them dudes having to learn everything from start. Hey, D, out! Come on in, D.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, I got some like bounce in my step as soon as I found out all these guys are coming back next week. Because if nothing else, D, we're going to put on a show next week. We ain't going to get shut down like we did again this year, provided the doctors stay the hell up off us with that COVID madness. But D, what are you thinking? Is there anything on your mind that you think we could continue to at least get out there and play and compete and not embarrass ourselves?
Well, look at what happened today. Seahawks lose, Cardinals lose, Rams on the bye week. Had we won, what did we do? We would have gained ground on the whole damn division. But it's not even a problem. You got to think about it. Now, it's just like I said. I was actually on the Niners All Day show, and they had me as a guest. Shout out to them. But basically, what I was telling them was, I feel like that they lost that game on purpose. You don't put a makeshift offensive line together like that and then expect Nick to win. It just wasn't going to happen. So, and I can guarantee you there's a bunch of Niner fans going, we need a new quarterback. We need this. We need that. Bench Nick, put in CJ, or do this or do that. And
these things don't
Nick Mullens wasn't at fault for that.
Yeah.
And Nick wasn't at fault for that.
No.
Nick went out. He basically told Nick, look, I'm going to give you some plays. Go out there and see what you can do. I'm going to audition a bunch of guys. I'm going to play around with the offensive line, and we're going to figure out if some of these guys are worth keeping or if there's a few guys that we need to get rid of. So Craycraft obviously didn't hold weight, and he'll be back down to the practice squad. Trent Taylor proved that he's worthless. And Richie James showed I'm underused and undervalued.
And have been underrated for too long. Yes.
Yeah. So what does that say to me? That says that next week the offensive line is going to be back to normal. You're going to see Trent Williams. You're going to see Hronis Grasu. And you're going to see Daniel Brunskill move back to his spot at right guard. You'll see KB. You'll see Brandon Ayuk. And you'll most likely see Richie James in the slot. And I say that because Richie earned it. And you got to think about it. All this extra time, Kyle already knew off the bat that he was just like, look, we're going to lose this game. I want everybody to get healthy. Because Jordan Reed's standing on the sideline healthy. So is K'Wan Williams. So what's the significance?
15 to 20 snaps. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, he was like, look, everybody going to be healthy. We'll come back. We'll play the Saints. And that's where we're going to have to, be at our best. But we don't know if, Richard Sherman's ever going to see the field again.
Him and D just
they
said,
swear he's
forget
hurt.
it.
I'm telling you, Richard Sherman healthy. Ain't nothing wrong with Sherman. He ain't never been out this long the whole time he been playing with us. And he magically hurt that bad. I doubt that highly.
Yes.
For 10 weeks, really? You ain't able to play? No. I can guarantee they probably try to find a trade partner for Sherm. And he's his own agent, so it probably made it a little difficult. Yeah.
D,
but
I believe you nailed it.
At the end of the day, is D Ford ever going to come back? No. And he'll wind up getting cut next season because we'll need the money. And you got to think about it. If we can get his contract cleared up, then yes, we can flip the switch and get ourselves another quarterback if we really want to. That's actually a veteran, to give us a bridge to the next guy that we need to get, because we're not picking in the top 10 if we wind up making the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like it's going to be well worth it, and things will be good for us if we can just hold on. If we can at least scrape our way into the, into the wild card spot. By that time, George will be back. And if we continue to be smart, we'll just let Jimmy sit, let him heal up properly. Stop trying to throw him in there, and just tell Nick, you're going to have to ride it out, and you're going to have to get these wins.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a choice. You've got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And we can be able to do this. I believe in Nick, especially with the weapons that we have.
Oh,
and look, did you see Richie? Richie was open all night.
And Richie can
Richie
do
was
things
so
after he gets that ball. Yes.
Did you see that touchdown? He got busy.
And broke some ankles.
Jet actually
broke some ankles, D.
Yeah.
So, bam.
Jet looked a little bit better. He looked very patient. He looked patient because when he saw the holes closing, he went elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was a good thing, man. I think we're good, man. We don't have anything. It's just the defense has to start getting home. I'm happy that Jordan Willis got his first game in, and he got a sack. I want Jordan Willis to continue that. Give me another sack, and give me another sack. Show us that what happened in college can translate to the NFL, and you just never got a chance. Right. There are a ton of players out there in this world that have great potential. They just weren't given a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw him. His sack was nice. It was clean. He had good work.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be a good pickup. And I say, and I'm going to throw one more thing out there because I'm pretty sure we got to go. I want an old 49er to come home next year because he's a free agent. Since Nick Bosa's going to be on one side and we're probably going to get rid of D Ford, why don't we pick up a guy who's turned his life around, who's gotten healthy and stayed away from the alcohol bottle by the name of Aldon Smith? Bring him home.
That would be special.
If you bring home Aldon, if you put Aldon on that left side, Alden's a better pass rusher than D Ford. He is.
Got long range.
If you put Aldon on that left side and you got Nick coming off the right side, oh my God.
Yes, D. I do like that idea. D, good stuff, man. I feel better after talking to you already. We'll be back tomorrow. Tuesday night.
All right, Ronbo.
We got a lot of roasting to do. It's going to be a Jimmy night. We got to roast Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, right, we'll work on it. Hey, thank you, Ronbo, for the platform. Appreciate what you do. Nothing but love to you, brother. You have a good evening. Everybody out there in the chat, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And definitely remember, if you're in here from another team, it's because your team sucks. And all you Seahawks fans in there talking crap, remember, you lost today. Have a good evening.
Today. Check him out. He's Niner Gang Podcast. He's right in there. He's in there all the time. Niner Gang Podcast. That's Dave. Click him up. He's got content rolling. Check him out on Niners all day. We're all family here. Let me... Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm just looking forward to, I just don't want the 49ers to continue. I want them to be looking I want announcers to say during the course of the game, the Niners are putting up a pretty good fight tonight. Now, keep in mind, there's no Nick Bosa. There's no D Ford. Jimmy G is out. George Kittle's out. I could go down this list, but it'd take an hour. But the Niners are a scrappy bunch that are holding on here and fighting in the name of Coach Kyle Shanahan. Hats off to him. I'm waiting for that kind of conversation. Even if we're not winning these games, I want it to be known the Niners ain't no wussies. Santana, what are we going to look like next week, weeks ahead? Do we have a shot at anything other than losing?
Absolutely, Ron. I want to say absolutely. Yes, we do have a chance, man. But it's definitely looking rough. So
yeah.
So we'll see, though. But just like I think I heard I think on the Fred Warner, he was mic'd up, and he said, I think it was Aaron Jones saying, "Look at the scoreboard, and I think Fred Warner was like, the scoreboard don't matter. You still got to deal with me, So
Fred's a dog. I gotta go watch that. I haven't seen that yet. Ooh, I'm gonna get that and put it on a loop. It don't matter what the score is. You got to deal with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I say, we just got to go out there and compete, Ronbo. And if we lose, we lose. But I don't want to be. I just don't want to see my the team getting spanked
Not like
or
last
nothing like that
Thursday.
or dominated.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, not like
nasty.
last Thursday
That
like
was
that. Yeah.
nasty.
But Rombo, I want to say something, man. I want to say something about Jimmy G, man. I like Jimmy G, man, but I don't know if he's gonna be here next year, and if he is, I don't know if we restructure his contract, I mean, I want to say he's injury prone quarterback, Rombo. I mean, he hasn't been healthy even when he was in New England. And if we go into next year with Jimmy G, what's to say that he won't get injured again, and then we have this issue again, So I mean, like I said, I like Jimmy G when he's healthy. He's a baller, but can he stay healthy? That's the big question. He's only given us one healthy year out of three, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
And look what happened. You know what, though? Some of these
Yeah.
quarterbacks that you see, like Zach Wilson and some of these other names here, 49ers are probably
Mm-hmm.
going to pick up one of these guys because they're going to want to warm up somebody else behind. And I think what's going to end up happening, Jimmy stays
Yeah,
another year for
absolutely.
sure, and you bring in one of these guys
Yeah,
to
exactly.
learn. You don't bring him in fresh and
Yep.
say, get out there and go, kid. No, that's a mistake. But bring him in and groom him for a year. I like that idea, actually.
I also like this idea. I heard this on I think it was like I can't remember if it was I don't know the name of the show, but someone said, bring in, okay, restructure Jimmy G's contract, make a trade for Sam Darnold and have quarterback competition. You know what I'm saying? Because Sam Darnold's still in his rookie contract, and it won't affect the cap, the salary cap that much because it'll only be $3 million.
Yeah, but there's
And
better guys.
you'd be able to keep Jimmy G if you restructure the contract and have a guy like Sam Darnold, and have him compete and whoever, just I don't know, Ronbo. Just like I said, man, I like Jimmy G, but just I don't know, it can give us,
Yeah, but,
another healthy
one question,
couple
Santana.
years.
I understand all that, but why Darnold? Why don't we just get the guy out of the draft? I mean, one of these guys that looks so good in the draft.
Sam Darnold because he's shown Ronbo in the league that I like Sam Darnold, but he's just not in a good system and a good football team. Yeah, he can make down throws, he can extend plays. He makes reads downfield. It's just that he doesn't have, like I said, he doesn't have a supporting cast, to help him win. And he's still a young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's like a diamond in the rough. I want to say Sam Darnold is.
Well,
so, but like I said, if we can pick up a young quarterback off the draft, that's great too. But I'd rather have someone that's already been in the NFL and that's proven that can play in the NFL.
That's a good point.
I mean,
you could bring a guy in out of the draft that looked like he's just awesome, and then he come in the NFL, and all of a sudden he's nothing. That's true.
Yeah, even though his record doesn't show it, but I feel like he's a good quarterback.
No, he's not bad.
But yeah, Ronbo.
He's not.
He's not bad. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, but I mean, but other than that, Ronbo, Richie James, a baller. He needs to be in the lineup. I don't want to see him punt returns and then being on the bench. I want to see more of Richie James and hopefully we can keep this train.
I think you look forward to it. Kyle's under pressure now to play him. Kyle knows that everybody's seeing Richie showing out Thursday. And Kyle's going to be under the bullet, boy. He said, hey, Kyle, why don't you put Richie in the game? Now when he hears that, it's going to be like louder than it used to be.
But yeah, Ronbo, hopefully, Ronbo, we compete next week and we get something out of it and we can make a stride for the playoffs, And if not, man, we just gotta, like I said, like we were talking about last week, Ronbo, we gotta look deep into our fitness and conditioning and staff room, and we got to do something about that because we cannot allow injuries to affect our season.
It takes us completely out of the competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Good call, Santana. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
See you tomorrow night. All right.
All right, see you, Ronbo. You have a good one.
You too. Night, fam. Yeah, I'm waiting for a good report to come out tomorrow, man. I'm going to give Coach Shanahan's going to say, Deebo's looking all right. These guys, I think they'll be ready on Wednesday. Mr. Block, Ice 2-2. Thank you, fam. He says, man, stay healthy already. The game plan need too aggressive. Kyle needs to quit being conservative. Yes. Cut it loose, Kyle. Move the damn ball. Jimmy G's my quarterback. I'm telling you, man, I still like him. I unfortunately, Santana points out something that is kind of true. Jimmy does have a tendency to find a way to get hurt. But when he's on, I like him. Anyway, hey, Derek.
Hey, Ronbo, I'm here, man.
Derek.
Yeah, first
go
off,
ahead.
Ronbo, you give me the rundown, but yeah, the Jimmy stuff, man. All this ain't Jimmy's fault. But go ahead,
Yeah,
Ronbo.
no, that's true. I think way too much emphasis is Jimmy taking him out of the equation is going to fix everything. It's not.
Nah, I don't think so either. And the thing is, Ronbo, I hate to go straight to the Jimmy subject, but the man had a high ankle sprain. Everybody else got put on IR. Now, the thing that I want people to think about is, what does that make? What do you think Shanahan thinks of the people behind Jimmy if he was willing to play him on a high ankle instead of just playing the backup? Is anybody thinking about that?
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to rile people up.
team.
I'm so in agreement. At least he went out there and tried. Okay, failed.
Damn,
but
right.
now we're going to crucify him? Oh.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I would love to get a younger quarterback because I watched the Miami and Cardinals game, and I think that the dual
Tua.
threat is the way to go, Ronbo. Because Tua, he could do just about – oh, man, he was putting some moves on out there. And I mean picking up 10 yards or better, Ronbo,
I gotta
on
see
the
that.
Cardinals.
You know what?
geez.
Tua, that's why they made what's the name just go ahead and sit down. Derek, if some of these guys are talking about in the college ranks, if they're all that, get one.
Yeah.
But don't get
Yeah.
rid of Jimmy. Let him roll behind Jimmy.
I think that's a
Jimmy
bad
gets
idea.
hurt. Let him learn, and then bring him in, roll him in slowly, okay? And let's get some. I don't want to close this window with a rookie quarterback starting because once that happens,
No.
it is over for the next 2 years. I don't know.
Yep.
You know?
Now, I just think, Ronbo, that it is kind of the dual threat is the way of the future because defenses are playing way too fast
Yep.
for, the traditional style. Unless you're on one of those teams like the Patriots or the Steelers that have that kind of front line that buys that time. Everybody doesn't have that. And then
Yeah,
your
offensive line.
quarterback just gets – look at Jimmy.
Yeah.
Look at Jimmy and everybody else we have. They
Yeah.
all look the same because the O-line doesn't hold long.
Yeah, and they can't.
Even when Trent Williams was in, he was missing some blocks, some key ones.
Which
and
was
got Jimmy
shocking.
crushed too. Yeah, it's just something that you have to move away from. But I think that Jimmy is a great teacher. You could see it when he's talking to Nick and on the sidelines and stuff. And I think he would be a great bridge quarterback if that's what we need to do.
Derek,
I don't think we
let
should
me
just drop
let me ask
Jimmy.
just one question though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Kyle's offense, his whole way of thinking of moving. He uses play action. That's the only movement he wants out of his quarterback. But as far as bootlegs and moving screens and things like that, he doesn't seem to have that. He doesn't like that. But Kyle's got to change with the times and start doing some of the things we're talking about here. Because we were blaming the quarterback, but it has a lot to do with Kyle. He'll go out there and get a quarterback that'll stand in that pocket and orchestrate from that pocket with an offensive line, like you're saying, that's subpar. Then they're going to get him killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the thing is, I don't know how much time we got left, Ronbo, but I'm going to try and make this
Yeah,
quick.
a couple minutes. Go ahead.
People say that Jimmy can't go downfield. Well, who the hell is he going downfield to
Hey,
in the past
man.
2 years?
Oh,
Who the
Derek.
hell's down there?
Oh, I've been
Marquise
saying
Goodwin?
that for weeks. Who is it?
Oh,
Just throw the
Ronbo,
ball down there? Who's down there?
Exactly.
Oh.
Who's down there to catch it? But another thing too, he's had a revolving door of receivers since he's came. It hasn't been consistent until last year when we got
Emmanuel
not
Sanders?
even then really.
But look how much of a difference Sanders made. He needs a guy with a little bit of luster. We got it, but they're young. You could be that guy. Deebo is that guy, but they needed time to season a little bit, because
It's just very strange. I need to know what Shanahan, because he wants him to stand in and assume that the receivers are going to beat man-man coverage, or
no.
I mean, or is it designed to go across the middle? Because people claim that he's scheming around Jimmy, and I don't think that's completely true. I just don't. I think he just does weird stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, we need
So,
that speed element. You know, remember when
yeah,
Goodwin was there?
exactly.
You got to
Hmm.
have that guy to bust that defensive secondary out. You
Yep.
can't have them standing there and one
Mm-mm.
guy goes down with the guy going deep. That's not going to work. They
Exactly.
can clog the
Exactly.
middle and wait for you to die. It's what we've been seeing all
Yep.
year long and last part of last year.
Hmm. Yep. But go ahead, Ronbo. Keep this red and gold train rolling. I want to hear the
You know,
guys' thoughts on it. Chill Pill, Will, any of those guys. Let me know what y'all think of that. And
hey,
where's Phil?
I don't
Any
know.
word?
Phil is just
Okay,
really,
okay.
it worries me that he's that quiet too. So, hey, Phil,
Mhm.
if you're watching, let us know you're all right, man. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good
I
night,
do.
brother.
You too, fam. Night. And there's a Big Show. Big Show says, should we draft a quarterback and put him in right away? Need not to worry. Points of reference: Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick. Josh Allen sucked his first year. Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes, they brought him in the right way. Come in, hang out a year, play behind Alex Smith. Lamar Jackson have all took teams to the playoffs. These guys had a little grooming. Jackson, oh yeah, they got rid of the other quarterback. All these guys having success came in behind an already established pro. You know what happens with a rookie that comes in and fails immediately? Mentally, it screws him up. You need seasoning in the NFL or they're going to be meat. Really that always happens. Allen sucked. He's coming around now, though. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, by the way, Big Show, thanks for that contribution, fam. Forgot to mention that. Jay, I'm sitting there wondering about our future and can we whoop anybody with the players we got coming back? The quarterback situation is always something people like to jump in on. You can jump in on that if you want to. But yeah, we seem to have the offensive weaponry coming back at least. What are you thinking?
Man, I think if our offensive line and defensive line play well, we have a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all where it comes around is them two, you know what I'm saying? Them two part of the team gotta have them play well for us to win. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it don't matter what person we have back there. If we can't protect the quarterback, it is what it is. But I think we have a shot that will beat some teams. I think, you know what I'm saying, a lot of teams are going to come and underestimate us. We just...
I forgot about that, Jay. That could be. People come in relaxed, calm. It's the Niners, man. They ain't got nobody out here, man. Hey, George Kittle ain't playing, right? Come on, man. Don't nobody get hurt out here today. They start talking like this, maybe.
Right. Right. And I think, we could have beat Green Bay. I thought, but it was just we just had too many injuries, So, and I think they was more on like revenge on us because how bad we beat them 2 times. One in the regular season, one, and so they was motivated to come and try to embarrass us.
Oh yeah.
So.
But they knew they didn't play the real 49ers, so. I mean, you got Aaron Jones out there talking smack
I think Aaron
to Fred
Rodgers was
Warner.
like, it is what it is. Yeah, they knew, you know what I'm saying? They knew we had nothing but practice squad players in here, backup quarterback, line shifted. So, they knew they weren't playing the real 49ers. That's what I'm saying. If we was healthy, man, it'd have been no way. You know what I'm saying? We would have been beating teams pretty badly. But
Aaron knows.
It's just unfortunate we had our team just been.
But Jay, now
him.
here's the thing with Kyle Shanahan. You got a man that is probably studying what he's got. One thing about Kyle, he does a lot of things we question, but he knows what he's got, and now he's going to have to come up with a new formula, like he did with Jimmy against the Rams, which is a perfect formula. When Jimmy was out there flying them short shots, some of them like just really passing laterals, get the ball into playmakers. What's going to happen with Nick, though?
I think he needs to do that because the fact is our line sucks. You know what I'm saying?
You got to adjust. It's not all Jimmy being sorry. It's the line. Yes.
Right. So we the pressure is on that line, so they know how vulnerable our line is. So they're gonna try to pressure us. Like we got New Orleans Saints coming up here next, so they're gonna try to come put pressure on Nick. You know what I'm saying? So we need to just get the ball out of Nick's hands. You know what I'm saying? Then open up. If we get Raheem Mostert back, that's gonna be a big plus because
See that?
dude's a beast.
Yep.
So
That ruins a defensive plan for the other team. He really does. So yeah.
right, because he's just dynamic, and you know what I'm saying, and he got a chance to bust out a long run every time he touches the ball. So,
Every time.
you know what I'm saying? That put a little different game plan together. But when they come pressuring Nick, they need to get the ball out of Nick's hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to start putting in a little more screenplays in the game because once they start bringing the pressure and you got Raheem Mostert or you got Juice out there who can actually catch the ball and get, some positive yardage, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But
Jay, did you see the game between the Hawks and the Bills? Did you notice, because the Hawks was blitzing all day long. That's what they have to do. Did you notice how often the Bills made them pay? See, I wonder, does Kyle, do you work on that? When that blitz is on,
I think Kyle doesn't have that much faith in Jimmy to throw the ball deep. You know what I'm saying?
Need it. Hey, Jay, on a blitz, you do not throw the ball deep. You set a guy out
Correct.
there 5 or 6 yards, a short screen, and get that ball out of that quarterback's hands now.
That's what I was saying.
Because there's no time.
Yeah, screen play.
Yeah.
He don't add that in his game plan, and I don't understand why would you do that. That helps out a lot for the team not to blitz. Because if you do it a few times, they're gonna be like, okay, now we got to adjust to what they're doing. So they're gonna have to start. You've got to have the defense start adjusting. You've got to dictate the defense, not to dictate the defense dictate the offense, but the offense got to make sure that you know what I'm saying.
But Jay,
figuring what I'm saying.
Now,
so,
Jay, you're another person that believes that Kyle doesn't believe Jimmy can throw the ball deep. Now, keep that. If that be true, answer me this though, because everybody says this. I hear it all day, every day. See it all over the internet. Who is he going deep to?
we got weapons. That's what I'm saying. We got weapons
Give me one.
to go deep.
Give me one. Give me one.
Brandon Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? George
who else?
Kittle. But the thing is, our line don't hold up for that play to develop to go deep. You know what I'm saying? So when you
Yeah,
try
there
to
is
go
that.
deep, that takes longer time to develop the play for a player to go deep.
True.
Because even though we had Goodwin here, we didn't go deep that much. You know what I'm saying? Because
Every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then, so to get the defense to, respect that. But he didn't.
It
that's why
wasn't just a regular part of the
Goodwin ain't
game
here.
plan. That's true. This is why I'm saying there's a need for speed on this team. I don't know what they're going to do. They tried to address it over this offseason. Jay, we done ran out of time. Jay, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. Thank you, Ronbo. Appreciate
Thank you,
what you
man.
do, brother.
Appreciate
Have a
that.
good night.
Thanks, fam. You too. And Jimmy G49 said, hey, thanks for that contribution, fam. Ronbo, Jimmy is hurt. He's hurt. He's been hurt trying to play through injury. Jimmy needs to get healthy. He's a winner. And actually, that's what his record says, too. But he forever will be condemned. That guy could finish his career with over 200 wins and maybe 100 losses or less, and people will still say he sucks. Marvy's Turner, thanks, fam. So that's why I said I'm going to wait. Barack O'Niner, what's up, fam? Thank you. He says, can we cut Big Show? I have a machete. Renzo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Renzo, we're there having fun, I mean, Renzo, I don't want to get embarrassed. I don't want to see another Thursday night for the rest of my life, okay? So I'm thinking, is Kyle, is he mad as hell along with the rest of us? Is he going to do some things out there to give us a better chance of winning now that he's got an exodus of players coming back for next week? What are you looking going forward?
Well, Ronbo, the Niner faithfuls are going to be mad at me, Ronbo, but Kyle is going to experiment But we're not going to try to really go out there and win no more games. We're going to be
Oh.
competitive.
At least that.
But
That's all I
because you
ask.
got to think, Rumble, if we go out there and win games and we get to the point we in the middle of the pack of the draft, it's really going to screw us in what we're trying to do. So we got to either go for it all or don't go for it all.
Renzo, I do want to add this, though. Who does really well as far as picking players out of the second, third, and fourth rounds? I mean, we've had a couple of fails or so, but don't we do kind of good later in the draft? I don't know that we need to be at the top of the totem pole. I mean, do you think that to be the case?
Yeah, because we could do what we usually do. We could trade back and get some more picks. You
True.
know, we can always hustle that. Ronbo. That's just me, the way I'm thinking and thinking.
Because
But-
if you're going to play to lose, or you're going to experiment a lot and just pretty much going out there with no intention to win, does it affect the mentality of your locker room, though? Especially because they'll figure that out. If they're out there, you got your star players sitting down a lot. You got players out there playing that have no business being out there. When you say experiment, what do you mean by that?
My thing is this. Okay, we always say we want to throw downfield. We got these receivers like IU. You got Deebo. When they get open, you got to throw these balls and let these players have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to always be wide open. I've been watching football all day, and I'm watching these quarterbacks like dropping them in the bucket, or either they underthrowing it, and the receivers is just coming back making plays on it. We're not doing that. And we say we want to throw down. We want to throw downfield. 10 yards, 15. That's not throwing downfield, man. Because I was sitting watching Matt Ryan just chunk this ball downfield for like 20, 30 yards and hitting receivers. And we got a better receiving core than them.
Renzo, but do you worry about the offensive line at all? Because they play a large part in the ability or to provide the time to throw downfield. Because that was a good point just brought up by Jay. You can launch a ball downfield, and contrary to what people believe, Jimmy has the strength to throw the ball downfield. But if he's going to get sacked before that route is even developed, what good is that?
Right. And that's where we San Fran, we need a mobile quarterback if we're gonna do that.
So he can run around and do the Russell Wilson.
Mobile quarterback,
Well,
quarterback, believe it or not, he works with the offensive line. Okay, like I done heard some people say when Jimmy feels the pocket is collapsing, he gets the happy feet. That mobile quarterback is going to move out the pocket and buy himself for just a tad bit of time to make a play.
Yeah.
And that's what the league is coming to, you know. And like, if we're gonna have a pure pocket passing quarterback, we need one of them Pittsburgh lines. Like, we got to get some beef up there, and these guys are gonna hold it up.
Now also you're gonna have to deal with Kyle Shanahan. Now, Kyle, I'm convinced that he does not want his quarterback to do that. And these are the things I read about him 2 years ago. He wants that quarterback. If you don't keep your eyes downfield while you're running around and you miss a play, Kyle's gonna be pissed. That's his whole thing.
He's gonna put you on that sideline. Yes, he will do that.
Yeah.
But,
So that's why I think these guys are following direction. Jimmy used to actually feel pressure and move out. When he first came, he did it all the time. Because remember how bad our offensive line was when he first came in 2017? They were awful. Jimmy was on his horse all day. And then when he became Kyle's guy, Kyle taught him the offense, all of a sudden he became a guy that refused to move out of that pocket. I think it's Kyle as much as it is Jimmy. I really do.
I look at it like this, Ronbo. Jimmy's a starting quarterback. He knows he's going to come back. Even if he gets benched, he's going to probably be the starter next week or the week after that. Jimmy, just go out there and move out the pocket, do what you do, and be like Aaron Rodgers, hell with it. If I make a play, then I'd be like, Coach, I did it. I made a play.
Yeah.
And he can't be mad at it.
And he could, good point, because he could win. At least the argument, when they get back in the locker room, Jimmy, the offense we're running, I don't mind you getting out of pressure, but I need you missed 3 different guys. He's going to show them the film and everything, you know. This is his MO. That's Kyle's offense. I really wish he'd alter it a little bit, though, because like you're saying, and everybody else is saying, in 2020 on, it's about a quarterback having to move out and give his receivers a chance to abuse the secondary. I wish he would. I got a feeling it's not the quarterbacks because all of them do that. Even CJ, who loves to run around.
Yeah. But one thing I can tell you this, Ronbo, and I'm gonna take it out the air. That man up there called Jared York ain't gonna stand
Take a
for
lot
not
of losing.
staying in a
That's
good
true.
return too much longer.
I know.
You know how Jared get. So it's either Kyle or the quarterback. Somebody gonna get it right, or because I don't think John Lynch going anywhere.
No,
I don't think John going there.
If one goes, the other one goes. Because, Kyle actually is hired by Kyle. Remember that? Jed said you pick out your GM, and we're going to go from there. Because Jed's tired of GMs and managers fighting. Fam, we're out of time. Let me see you tomorrow night. And Renzo, we continue.
I'll try to get on. I'll be making some fights tomorrow.
It's okay, because I love when you
sir.
go off work. That's dedication. Appreciate you, fam. You know this.
All right, fam, man. Stay safe and stay healthy, bro.
You too. Night, Renzo.
Good night.
As a matter of fact, where's Smiley? Smiley, you can come on back in. I knew you was going to get a butt whooping sooner or later. Your team ain't like you think. Yeah, you got a whooping. Take your talk that smack. Hey, Tony.
Hey there, Ronbo. Just had to unmute my phone. How you doing today?
Tony,
Aloha.
Tony, I'm doing all right. As long as we're not playing. Tony, you know what's so funny? Because I go through the anxieties like all of us do after getting beat. Now, normally, for the past few weeks, we've all been like near tears at this hour. And I feel okay today. I'm feeling great, actually. Looking forward to the guys coming back. That's exciting news. But what are you thinking?
I totally agree with you about I'm really excited, especially to see Brandon Ayuk back. That's the one I really want to see. But
Yes.
I kind of did a 180 in my 49ers worldview in between the last time I called in and now, just because when we got our butts whipped by the Packers, I thought to myself, well, we should really just tank and try to get the next quarterback. But quite frankly, I don't think that even if the 49ers were to tank, that we'd be able to get high enough to be able to get one of the surefire guys. Now, the thing that made me flip around my thinking was, now I consume a lot of different 49ers media, a lot of YouTube, a lot of Twitter. I'm a little bit of a fanatic. And I watch Grant Cohn's channel, and he has on this Hungarian analyst who I'm serious. It's great. His name is Botan Saraki. He lives in Hungary, and Grant Cohn goes back and forth with him every single week. Pretty funny.
How did Matt meet him? That's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. But here's the thing. So Botan pointed out two things about Zach Wilson to me. Okay, and that one was Zach Wilson had some shoulder surgery before, and Botan linked that shoulder surgery to a messed up throwing motion. And sure enough, I went back and watched the YouTubes of Zach Wilson's games, and he is a leader. I like him a lot. He seems to be a high character guy. He's got an arm. He can throw off platform, all that good stuff. But he has that funky throwing motion. And I don't think he's going to end up being a first round draft pick because of injury issues. So to me, I'm looking at the 49ers now and I'm thinking, you know what? If we can pick up a quarterback who might, later on in the draft, not necessarily in the first round, there's no reason why we shouldn't go all out and try to win every single game. So I'm like, now, you know what, go out there, let's try to win some games. We have those weapons coming back, and I'm really, really excited for that. And the problem with Green Bay was the offensive line. So what do you think about that, Ronbo?
You got to keep that winning mentality going. I don't if they intentionally go out there and lose, that's just really awful. If they lose by just organic fashion, okay. But here's the thing. I want to know about this guy, Zach. Does he remind you of Phillip Rivers? Because every time Phillip Rivers throws the ball, I want to throw up. Is that when you say strange motion, is that what we're talking about?
It's kind of this weird, like, overhand sidearm. Similar to Phillip Rivers, except he's not as big. I don't think he's as tall as Phillip Rivers is. So, but it's like, go back and watch the videos. It looks weird. It's always sort of this 45 angle coming out. Not, Jimmy has that beautiful release, but Zach Wilson really, really doesn't. Now, I like a lot of the intangibles Wilson brings, but he looks accurate. I just don't know if he's going to be able to be a long-term, non-injury prone player in the NFL. And if the problem is his actual throw, that is a huge, huge issue. So you know what? Like, let's tap the brakes on Zach Wilson a little bit. And the other cool thing I also want to talk about is today the NFL passed a rule where if you have a minority coordinator who goes on to be a head coach, your team gets compensated 2 third-round compensatory picks. So I think it's possible Salah's gone.
When did they
and
do
we're gonna
this?
Get 2 extra thirds this offseason. Today, just today. I'm pretty sure that got voted in today.
Now every team in the league is going to start promoting dark people. You know, that's really funny. Okay.
I'll take the picks, Ronbo. We need it this
know,
year.
but it's just, I don't like having to twist organizations' arms to get them to do those things. That's really unfortunate that they went from, I don't want to get into that. Anyway, go ahead.
It's reactionary.
Tony.
You're right. It is reactionary, but I will say if the NFL is going to put that pie out there, let's go get some pieces of that pie. You know.
Okay. I just hope. I really wish things could fall into place in natural fashion. I hate it when they come in with affirmative action moves and things like that. It's just anyway.
I totally hear you. But you just got to play the board, man. You just got to play the board, and that's all there is to it. But no, I totally hear you on that front. Anyway. I know I've been talking for a bit, so Ronbo, as always, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk.
And it was comical here about Grant. I love it. And by the way, Tony, Coach says that Cone stole that info on Zach Wilson from me. I said so on his post a week ago, and he came back with the guy and started talking about Wilson. The other guy, I told him we were looking at was Sam Darnold. So listen, real quickly, you got a minute to go. Are you a Sam Darnold guy? Are you for Sam Darnold?
I mean, I'm agnostic on Sam Darnold. Honestly, I think Jimmy G gets paid too much money. If he doesn't take a pay cut, we should go with Nick and forego Sam Darnold. I think he might be ruined by Gase, and God bless him, but he should. I just don't want him for the 49ers right now.
I need to watch him more. I don't know what people are seeing him. Darnold has not impressed me. Maybe he's doing more than I'm noticing. Could be me. So we'll see.
I mean, he has the tools. I just worry. I really worry about mentality. That's the thing. The most important part of a quarterback is the quarterback's brain. Yeah. And the way that Jimmy has played this season, he looks like he's broken, and Kyle might have broken him. Nick seems to be a little bit more with it.
Yeah.
And the other thing about Kyle, he's never successfully developed a quarterback. The only thing for quarterback-wise I trust Kyle with is he might have an eye, because I know he wanted to take Russell Wilson over Kirk Cousins, but the Seahawks beat him to it. And that was, of course, to back up RG3. So, but, honestly, I worry about Kyle's ability to develop quarterbacks.
To judge quarterbacks.
So, ideally.
To develop, that's true. If he gets you and you're already kind of basically there, he can excel your game. That's a good point.
Yep.
All right.
Like Elway, like his father with Elway. Anyway, all right. Take care of yourself, Ronbo. Thank you.
Tony, you too. Always good stuff. I'll look forward to hearing from you tomorrow, too. All right. Night, D.
Okay. Take care, buddy.
You too. And Rebel D says, hey, last time I checked, a throwing motion can be fixed. And Zach Wilson is a beast. Please look him up. He is a good dual threat. He's only 20, I believe. Rebel, I've got to go check him out. I don't know how badly he was injured. Apparently he had. That's why he's throwing like that. And that kind of, whoa, poor guy. Hey, Coach, come on in. I just got you echoing your sentiments and gave you the credit for what Grant's running around acting as if it was his stuff.
Him and I have had a few debates on his going back and forth. But, a couple things. I was going to bring that up in my comments, but I decided to put them in the chat. But I have been talking about I think somebody mentioned earlier that we're not going to be able to pick low enough or high enough to get a top tier quarterback. So, and they are going to draft a quarterback, just for sure.
They do every year, Coach.
You know that Coach, I'm a friend with a former coach, right?
One more question before you get rolling. Do you think the 49ers would actually ever consider drafting a quarterback in the first round?
Yes, but not in the top. They won't be in the top 10 or 15. So it'll be they could draft a first round quarterback, but it won't be probably to the later part of the round. So what I'll probably do is they'll trade back to garner more pick, because they do want to trade for a quarterback as well. There's a certain guy named Jeff that I'm friends with that used to. He's still an insider, so to speak, not working for the 49ers, but he's still in close communication with a lot of their front office people.
Okay.
And he's the one that intimated to me that they need to do that, because he pointed out, he gave a radio interview on KMBR, and he pointed out what Jimmy's doing wrong and why Kyle's frustrated with him. So, and he is working with media in the Bay Area as well, so he's close to the team physically as well. So he's going to hear conversations and he's going to talk to people, and because he's alumni and everything, they're going to talk to him about stuff. So come out and say anything too directly on public, but he will talk to people he knows, and you can have a conversation with him, and he'll let you know that it's in the conversation. So I'm pretty sure after looking at it, now I went back and looked at Zach Wilson. I heard about his shoulder also, but it's fine now. He's playing. I saw his highlights from the games so far this year, and he's thrown the ball fine, no problems. The good thing about him is he can do everything Kyle's offense does from a RPO standpoint and ball fakes. He can also, he's got he's going to have to be coached. He's raw, but he's got skills. He's got the same kind of skills that you want from a mobile quarterback that can throw the ball downfield. So he would be a good guy for him to develop. Now, about as far as Kyle developing, the only thing I'm going to say about that is you go back and look at Matt Ryan before he got Matt Ryan. Okay? When he coached Matt Ryan, he became a different quarterback. And even till today, Ryan's still showing that. So I'm not convinced that Kyle can't coach quarterbacks. I think that's ridiculous. I think he can coach quarterbacks in his system, and I think there's things in his system that he wants to do with a quarterback, but he can't do it with Jimmy and the guys he's got. They don't have that ability. So, and Steve Young talked really in detail about that as well. So if you go to KMBR, look at about a week ago, Jeff Garcia gave his commentary on Jimmy about it. So did Steve Young the week before. So you get some good insight listening to those guys. They know the offense and they know the players. So when in position, of course. So, now Darnold, to me, about a week and a half ago or so, maybe almost 10 days ago, I went on Cohn's YouTube channel, and he was talking about Ryan or Aaron Rodgers coming in, and I said in the comments, no, because their contracts are just too big.
Yeah.
And they're not going to take a pay cut. I mean, come on. These guys are.
Why would they? Yeah.
No, and the 49ers don't have anything that Atlanta or Green Bay would want to trade them. So I don't think that's in the conversation. But Darnold is, the Jets have already, everybody close to the team has already said they're going to draft a quarterback.
I know.
And they're going to be number one, and they're going to draft
Trevor
Lawrence.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, so Darnold's going bye-bye. A quarterback can't be ruined by a coach when he's that young. Darnold has plenty of potential. He's already shown the ability to move around and get the ball. He's got a cannon of an arm, so he can do a lot of things that our quarterbacks can't do. And with Kyle's, I think he could be a fantastic quarterback for us.
Well, you know what? You could be at the same page as Lynch. I guess we're going to find out at the end of the season, because there's going to be some decisions made one way or the other. They're going to make sure that everybody says Jimmy's going to be our quarterback, or you're going to hear about a little rustling going on around here and there. And that could be it, like you're saying.
Yeah, so, I think there's going to be a move there for sure. And then
right.
one other thing, real quick.
30 seconds, Coach. Go ahead.
Okay, schedule. We're not going to tank. Forget about tanking. That ain't going to happen. But there's 2 games we have a good chance of winning: Washington and Dallas. Any other game, I'm going to say, is going to be a crapshoot. If we get healthy, we got a shot at maybe beating somebody by surprising them. So the Rams would be the only other team. So Seahawks, Cardinals, we're not going to beat. We're not going to beat those guys.
I know. All right, Coach. Let's see you tomorrow if we get a chance. Good stuff. Thanks for those insights too. All right.
Have a good night.
All right, Coach. You too.
All right.
let's go check in on Gerald. Hey, Gerald.
Oh,
Gerald, come on in, man.
oh,
Yeah. Gerald,
yes.
can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can hear you.
Gerald, tonight we're looking through the rubble, the burnt up stuff, the dirt and junk, and trying to scrape away and see what's left of this season that started out with a team that was just set to wreak havoc. And now they're a team where we're starting to think about getting rid of people. The mystery of where's Richard Sherman? Nobody has a calf strain for 9 weeks. Jimmy G, we're getting ready to get rid of him. Most of us are. D Ford, it was a mistake. But we do have a young bunch of people that are coming back to play after being on the injured list and that COVID-19 misery. What are you foreseeing in the weeks ahead?
Well, judging other teams, especially in the NFC, it's not nobody really stands out.
True.
You know?
No domination. You're right.
None. You know, they picked Tampa Bay to win the Super Bowl.
And they look like butt today.
Yeah.
God, they look terrible.
Yes. And Seattle.
They ain't got no defense. No, you ain't gonna beat nobody with no defense. You can't win shootouts every week.
No, you cannot. So, you know, and you know, 1 minute they up high and 1 minute they down low.
Yeah.
You know.
Michael Thomas, as long as he's out there. Otherwise, the whole thing hangs on to whether he can play or not.
And the 49ers, you know, for what they have, you know, being 4-5 is pretty good.
Ain't that the truth? Everybody's gone, everybody's hurt, and we still got 4 wins. What if we were fully, at least 3/4 of the way of what we were last year? We'd be dominating. That defensive front we had, yeah.
And you know, I had a high ankle sprain. That ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah.
You know, see what the problem is. He came back too quick.
Twice.
Cause you know, on a high ankle sprain, you got to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. It's not no in between. You might feel good the 3rd week, but it's not completely healed.
Mm-hmm. And fragile,
you know,
right? From what I'm hearing. And as soon as you jump up and jam on it, it's going to come back fresh as it was the day you got it. Is that true?
That's true. Ronbo, I'm telling you, a high ankle sprain just like a broke leg. It is. It hurts.
That's got to be pain.
Yeah, he's in, you know, I feel sorry for him because, you know, when you get hit or turn wrong or planted, you notice how he planted his feet. It don't look right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's compensating.
Yeah. He's favoring it, and it's messing with his toes.
And that's what nobody wants to comprehend. I've seen him play better than what we've seen, but everybody thinks he's always sucked. I don't know about that. He looks a little different now than he did last year, but no, that's unacceptable.
You know, me personally, I want to keep him. You know, because how can you just get rid of somebody? He just took you to the Super Bowl. You know?
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
And you got injuries and stuff. You know, it's a thing with that. You know? So you just can't get rid of somebody, you know, just like that. You know? Especially what he's dealing with. You know, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Stats-wise, it was saying that last year, even though nobody wants to believe it. And also, Gerald, I mean, here's a guy that you talk about. His receivers are young. We don't have Emmanuel Sanders anymore. He doesn't have a veteran receiver out there. So contrary to what a lot of people believe, it takes a certain kind of receiver for a quarterback to be able to function. You take that bad ankle in that offensive line, Jimmy G, I really feel sorry for him. He's not getting any sympathy or love from about 90% of the audience. I'm saying, you keep everything in mind. You know it's wrong to really go and funnel all the hate just at that quarterback. There's a lot of things going on out there that make everything wrong. So you bring another quarterback in, but he's going to get beat up back there too.
Then they disrespect your passing game because you're down to your fifth running back.
See? So
you know you're going to have to.
I'm listening.
Yeah, because we have the best rushing attack in the league, and all of a sudden you're down to your fifth string. We're not doing good as far as running the ball.
Right.
I mean,
no,
that's the whole offense.
Yeah.
You can't do no play action. You can't do none of that. You got to go straight pass. And then both of your tight ends been out majority of the season.
Gone. He's not using juice other than blocking.
Yes. And the way I figure, don't be surprised when we play the Saints next week. It's going to be closer than what it seems.
And you know this. All right, wait. These are the things that happen from week to week. Whatever you're saying today means nothing for next week.
Nothing. Because look at it like this. Green Bay lost the week before. It was a must-win for Green Bay. It wasn't a must-win for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Saints is on a high. They're going to weep a dome.
Mm-hmm.
And hang with them.
Yep. And they're going to get frustrated. And that's how you lose.
Yeah.
We're going to beat them.
That's how you lose.
Gerald, I tell you, Joe, we got to go. But I want you to think about this, and during the course of the week, I want you to get back in here prediction night, because we're going to have a percentage of people that are going to say the Saints will win. So I'll never do that, because Ronbo the homer, yes, I have no problem with that. I say the 49ers win that game only because of some of the things you're saying now, and I'll never predict them to lose. It's bad luck. But yeah,
go down. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down fighting.
There you go. With a blaze of glory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good stuff, Joel. I love it. I'll see you tomorrow if you get a chance, though. Right?
Oh, yes.
Be looking for you. Night, Gerald.
Good night.
See, a high ankle sprain, I don't ever want to know what that feels like either. Dollar Will.
Man, y'all getting too cute and cuddly tonight on my boy.
That's because we didn't play today. But go ahead, Will. Uncute and cuddly this mess, man. Back in the place.
You trust Jimmy G?
I do. When he's healthy, I really do. Especially now that he's learned a little bit more. But he's got to be healthy. I don't know what a high ankle sprain feels, but I know he's out there trying.
Why there was a report that Adam Peters was at the BYU game looking at Zach Wilson?
Well, they got to do their job. You know what? I hope they do bring him and go ahead and get him up to speed. I just don't want him starting. Don't give him the ball from day one of next year. All right, it's your team, kid. Go get him. No, don't do this, because he'll only get. That's how you ruin a young quarterback.
Let's just be honest with ourselves, because Jimmy, you don't.
Well, yeah, but maybe not. But still, don't give me a rookie and start him, please. Not a QB. Too much to learn.
Okay, I agree with you on that. So, if Rodgers is too big of a contract to get, or Ryan, bring in Sam Darnold.
That's what everybody's talking about. Maybe that's it.
Sam Darnold. Kyle Shanahan will he'll do good for Sam Darnold.
He'll do good. He'll do good for this team. Sam Donald Wood. Let me tell you something, Ronbo, and I'm letting y'all know right now. When Drew Brees, Brady, and Rodgers retire from this game, the NFL position in the NFL will be different. It's going to be different. These teams right now are getting quarterbacks out of the draft that is mobile, that is not sitting in the pocket. Jimmy D is not a quarterback, and we need one. We need one. And Kyle is not trusting Jimmy. Jimmy ain't throw a deep ball. I don't know how long. Jimmy ain't throw the ball in the division game against the Vikings. Jimmy ain't throw a deep. He ain't throw the ball in the championship game against the Packers last year. Kyle ain't trusting Jimmy. When you got Nick Mullens out there, he letting Nick do it. Kyle is letting Jimmy stay in the house while he letting Nick go outside and play with the kids.
Okay, but Will, Rams, the Saints, Jimmy's. It depends on who's playing on the teams. When Emmanuel Sanders was on, Kyle was going deep often. I'm trying to tell you, everybody wants him to go deep, but I keep asking the question, deep.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse.
No.
Where
is the excuse? Ayuk just got here. He just got here.
And he caught a deep ball. He caught a deep ball from Nick. Nick is throwing a deep ball to Ayuk.
He caught one from Jimmy. That's neither here nor there, because I'm saying Ayuk just got here. He needs a little time to get up to speed, and maybe he is a deep threat. But Kyle needs a speed, doesn't need to work hard to get free. You saw Jimmy hit. He hit. Remember Marquise Goodwin hit him all in the chest, and he dropped it. Jimmy can get the ball downfield. This is something that's overly spoken. Jimmy can throw the ball downfield, but he needs to get it.
He ain't seen it. We ain't seeing it a lot. Why are we not seeing it often? That's what I'm saying. Why are we not seeing it often? You even got Steve Young. You got Steve Young and other people out here saying that Kyle wants to run his offense like he does like he did in Atlanta, and he can't with Jimmy
Julio. You know what? Give me Julio, and I guarantee you that game is going down. That ball's going downfield in a heartbeat.
We're not getting Julio. This is all I'm saying. We need a quarterback that can be in the pocket and throw the football. Yeah. And we need a quarterback that's mobile, like Tua, like Tua, Russell Wilson, Allen. All these teams are getting mobile quarterbacks. Do you know Archer Down will get better with a mobile quarterback?
Yeah,
not a guy that just sits in there and just let a quarterback hit the ball, or just sit in the quarterback and get happy feet and throw a football and throw a pick.
I agree with all that, but I got to tell you, you know what's coming up next? You may have to get rid of Kyle. That's not his offensive thinking. He doesn't want a quarterback that's mobile. He wants a guy that keeps his eyes downfield and orchestrates in the pocket. You notice all of our guys always look like that? RG3 was the last guy he dealt with, but that's not his game.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Now, you know good and well. No, we're not getting rid of Kyle. But why Seattle? Why did Seattle always bring 8 men? Why did the Dolphins? Everybody is playing in the trenches because they know we're not going deep. That's why we not stars on offense. That's why Jimmy is throwing interceptions and he's not mobile.
He's only got a couple
this year. Know that. They got tape on that. That's why that's the problem.
If you're
not gonna go deep,
what you're talking about though is going to take systematic changes. You got to do something in the offensive line. It's not capable of doing the things you're talking about. And you got to get wide receivers out there. You need a speed merchant. You can get rid of Jimmy if you want to and get that mobile quarterback, but you've got to go through a lot of different alterations in what's going on. Kyle's got to change his whole plan. It's a lot of stuff.
What's wrong with the offensive line?
They're not going to hold Will. You've seen them.
Oh, Trent Williams didn't play last week. That's why the offensive line was bad.
They weren't holding the week before. Okay. You know what? Because as long as McGlinchey's on the right side, McGlinchey has been a turnstile. Brunskill is not doing. There's a lot of changes that have to make place. You can bring a guy back there who can run around if you want, but that's not Kyle's football.
Okay.
Anyway, okay.
You said You said we don't have any species. If we don't have any species, why Kyle didn't go and get one? Why he get Ayuk?
Wanted one. He got Ayuk, and Ayuk's got good speed, but you got to be that. He's got to get separation. He gets it, and they have went downfield to him. You say you didn't see Jimmy go to him. He just went to him 2 weeks ago when the ball was a little. They let him outside, but that was a shot downfield, and he made it. It's not Jimmy's not incapable. The system that they're running doesn't really utilize it very often. Well, we're going overtime. Will bring that tomorrow because we're going to talk about Jimmy apparently for the rest of the season in a bad way.
I'm just saying, Ronbo, you can't hold that man hand forever. Either this guy's gonna go ahead and
I'm just trying to tell the truth about it.
Kyle gonna let that smoke, and that's when there's smoke, that's fire. And a lot of people out here talking about it. Chris Sims even thinks it's gonna happen. He thinks Jimmy G.
Said him and Mike. Will, we really gotta go, man. Let me see tomorrow, okay?
All right, man.
All right. Keep it up. I'll be ready. Come on back tomorrow with that. I'll be looking for you. Clown Man says, sorry, Jimmy didn't take us. I don't know. We got don't. Okay. All right, Will. Let's see tomorrow, fam. Clown Man says, sorry, Jimmy didn't take us. The defensive line and Shanahan. Mostert took Jimmy G to the Super Bowl. Love this show. Thanks, Ronbo. Clown Man, thanks for the contribution. Yeah. Jimmy gets no credit. I think if we took a vote around the Empire, it would be Jimmy would lose. Did Jimmy have anything to do with last year's success? 90% of people say no. So like, you're with the consensus group. Emilio.
What's happening? Oh God, that was funny. I agree with them and then disagree with them a whole bunch. I agree with them first. That whole system of Shanahan, and I'm with you on this one. He doesn't like the rushing quarterback, but I still do see Shanahan. That mobile quarterback. He sees he does.
And he's probably going to change him. Emilio, you're probably right. He's going to alter what he's doing, but he can't do it midstream. This is not the year he can start getting guys running around.
He can't do it now because his offense is not set up that way. Since he's been here, well, actually before he got here with Matt Ryan, it was never meant for a mobile rushing quarterback. It hasn't been like that. He hates that. Yeah, but you can kind of see it in Shanahan's face. Shanahan sees it in his face. I need a guy that runs. You can kind of see it. So he has to.
He's got to adapt.
Get with the times. I'm not saying he doesn't, but he sees it now. He's starting to see it now.
Right.
That sometimes when he feels like Jimmy needs to run, he can run. Jimmy can run when he has to. Like let's say when Breeze needs to run, he'll run. Like these other quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers needs to run. They run. They're not that kind of
stiff
Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson type quarterbacks. No, but it looks like he needs to go in that direction, and he's starting to realize that now.
Yeah.
But this season he won't, and it's kind of hard to say. Jimmy will be him picking up another quarterback, just in case for Jimmy not trying to figure it out. But it does look like he will get a rushing quarterback because we just got that old quarterback signed. He is somewhat mobile, so if Mullens and Beathard don't work out, he might start trying to work out a system where he needs a mobile quarterback. You can see that. So if that's the case, that's what it looks like. But
see, that's what I'm thinking. Shanahan's gonna have to change his style before his. Like you're saying, they didn't like RG3.
I'm with you there.
But remember they were in Washington, him and his dad? They did not want RG3. The owner
they didn't want him. No,
I just want to finish. Let me just finish. Then they altered and built a system for him. But Shanahan, since he left Washington, has wanted not that style. And so now he's going to realize it, like you're saying. He now realizes the 21st century, it's gotten to the point. You got to go with that guy who can move out.
Like I say, we can see. We can all see it when Jimmy's had the ball and he's gotten frustrated. Like, damn, dude, just run. You're right there, run. Even when we played the Eagles, instead of him rushing to get that touchdown, the 2-point conversion,
he stood there like he was scared.
We could have been headed to overtime.
Yes.
So like I said, you can see it in Shanahan's face. He's like, dude, you could have ran there. Like you can see it in Shanahan's face. You can start seeing it. So he if Jimmy's not gonna really be our quarterback, he's gonna have to alter his offense because at this point in time, it's meant for a pocket quarterback.
Yep. And
So,
why does it?
as
You know
much
what?
as-
Like that. I just want to pick up one thing about that Beathard situation. And you could have drove a truck through that hole. He could have walked right into the end zone.
No, you can't.
Why
No,
here's
you can.
Here's what I want to say. Here's what I was going to say. Why doesn't Shanahan go to his guys and say, "Listen, if you see an opportunity to take off, go right ahead." They look like they're scared to do anything more than what they're told. And I just
No, well, I see. It's because the way Shanahan is, he's so predicated on do what you're told. That's why him and Matt Ryan were getting into it so much.
Yep.
And he said it. He was like, "Man, I would tell Ryan, do what I want you to do," but he wouldn't. He wanted to do his own thing.
And Ryan
I
still
get
hates
what
him for
Jimmy
that.
wants to do.
Huh?
I get what Jimmy wants to do. I want to do what my quarterback tells me to do. But at times, really have to be your own man, be your own boss. Like, you know what? I need an audible because I don't agree with this. Let me do my thing if I need to get the ball or the first down or the touchdown.
I don't know why I can't trust him.
He hesitates
Trust
so
him.
much. He is not that.
No, Jimmy.
Jimmy
He should
has so much faith in the.
Yeah,
Jimmy
in
has
the
so much
system.
faith in the system that sometimes he doesn't want to go against Shanahan. You can see that at times. You can see it in Jimmy's face. I seen it. I said, "Dude, you need to make your own decisions." At the time, I know you appreciate coach, but do what you need to do to get us that first down, that touchdown, or the W. But he hesitates so much at times. Sometimes it's rare when he does it, but for the most part, he just wants to please Shanahan, which sucks at times. I'm like, dude, you got to be the quarterback. You're the leader.
He takes all the blame.
So it gets him in trouble.
Let me ask you this. If Shanahan somehow ended up with Russell Wilson, do you think Russell's actually gotten to the point now. Russell thinks he is a pocket quarterback, and he does a job. But he does go off schedule. And that's what I'm saying. What is with nobody going off schedule anymore? Jimmy used to on occasion.
Okay, let's make a good comparison. With Lamar and Wilson, the thing with Wilson looks to throw first before he runs. Lamar looks to run before he throws.
That's
the difference. This is what Steve Young used to do. This is why I didn't agree with Steve Young said. I'm like, dude, he's had so many opinions, even Jerry's opinion about the quarterback. Oh, I like these quarterbacks. And then next season, oh, this guy sucks. Get him out of here. I'm like, you guys can't make a decision either. So it's just everybody has their own opinion, and sometimes it's right, it's wrong. But that's what Steve Young used to do until Bill Walsh taught him. Like, dude, you can't look for the run every time because it's not going to get you nowhere. Until he learned how to play the pocket, then okay, I understand you can run when you need to.
Yeah.
So that's the problem we have. That's what that's why Russell Wilson is a pocket quarterback because he looks to throw first before he runs, and when it's not there, he runs.
Yeah. That's what you should do. And that's what I'm saying. That's
actually what we need in our quarterback.
Oh yeah, but I think both guys can do. Listen, the play breaks down. I don't want you thinking. Don't look for the breakdown immediately, but I want you to find that receiver. If the play breaks down, escape the pocket. I wish I could watch Kyle coach. I want to see what he's telling these guys. Why do they look like they're soldiers out there? They'll only do as the commander said. We got to go, though. Let me see you tomorrow. Good stuff.
Hey.
All right, fam.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Night, fam. Oh, and Rocky, I will admit it. I told people that and they got mad at me. I didn't want TC. I thought TC should be loud. I said, you know what? If I got Jeffrey Wilson Jr., I got all I need. I got slapped down. All right, just between you and me. All right, Ellis.
Ronbo.
We're there tonight looking toward the future, and this year is really, well, I don't know. I don't even know how to call the rest of the season. Ellis, what are you expecting next week? Especially, you got a few guys coming back, so they're going to have a little potency next week. And what's really funny is Gerald pointed out, everybody knows we're supposed to go to the Mullens in the speaking. I mean, we're supposed to get a whooping. Who that? Not us, We're going to get ran out of New Orleans, right? But maybe not. Ellis ahead for the 49ers week after week after week.
Man, it's up in the air right now. I think with us being able to actually have some of our key players back, if we can at least close out the season with Raheem and, maybe if Jordan Reed decides you want to come back and play. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on with him. At least get the majority of our offense and some of our defense in order. I'm not speaking about D Ford, and I'm not even referencing George. I just kind of like just seems like he may not be coming back, and we need him to heal up. He's been playing banged up and injured and, having these things that require surgery that he's not getting, and he's just, he's coming back. So we need George to heal up, man. Maybe it might be a good idea to keep him unless we end up getting into the tournament. But just a sidebar, though, I just watched New Orleans beat the Breaks off of the Buccaneers 38-3. 38-3.
They only scored 3? No. Oh, that was what they was doing when I left. Dang, Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady threw like 3 interceptions, I think.
I saw 2 of them.
Yeah. And then of course Blaine Gabbert comes in to do the victory take the victory knee for the Buccaneers with like 24 seconds left. That's the first probably burn that Blaine Gabbert's gotten all.
I didn't even know
Blaine, we yeah. But no. So I don't think we're gonna get. I think we got an opportunity to be able to take advantage because New Orleans, sometimes teams go up and down. I mean, the Bucs been playing, fairly well for the most part, and have a winning record. So they just got taken by surprise tonight, and we very well may be able to do that next week in New Orleans. It just depends on who we have back. Again, and let's at least put up a damn fight, man. I don't know. I'm glad the Seahawks lost. The Cardinals lost. When we were talking about those NFC teams losing and being able to have a potential to get into the tournament, man, a couple of key teams lost tonight.
I know.
I think the Bears lost, and who else, man? It's like, the Seahawks, of course, the Cardinals, the Bucs
the NFC
lost.
East. Has anybody won a game in the NFC East? So okay, I think.
And the Cowboys lost.
Yeah, well,
the Cowboys lost. There's still 2 wins.
Second.
The Cowboys lost today. Yeah. So a lot of NFC. Yeah, a lot of those guys lost tonight. A lot of those teams. So. And they got way lesser wins than us, so we might be able to actually squeeze in there if we can get a solid 3, at least 3, 4 more wins. I think we'll be all right. We'll be in good shape.
It's comical. That's all it's going to take.
Yeah,
because those teams in the NFC East,
and it'll be the first time.
Yeah,
and it'll be the first time we ever have an opportunity to do that because we always needed at least 10 or more wins to get into the damn tournament.
Normally, that's what you have to get. Yeah,
and that's at a minimum. Yeah, at a minimum. So we might actually be able to get in with 7, 8. But yeah, I'm optimistic, man. I think we can still pull out some strong wins. We got Washington, we got to play the Cardinals, we got to play Seattle again. We got the Bills, we got New Orleans, and who else?
Ellis,
you
know what?
We got one more game.
The offense, I'm not worried. I think once they get going, they may be able to score points. I'm worried about how bad that defense is going to be. We need a pass rush. Where is the pass?
Yeah.
We don't offer no kind of pass rush. Unless they start doing things a little differently, like they did against the Hawks. But you can't do that for 4 quarters. It juices the players out. I just don't know what they're going to do with that D.
Yeah, New Orleans was getting busy tonight too, man. So we definitely got to be on our best. At least we got Fred, Fred, and we got a couple of key guys. I think we're going to play a whole lot better than the Buccaneers did tonight. You know what I mean?
The linebackers, I'm not worried about. It's just that front rush.
Yeah, for sure. And some of the secondary, just depending on, any missed coverages, blown coverages and stuff in the secondary. So we got to make sure we're on our P's and Q's, and we got some time off, Ronbo, so I think that might be working into our favor. I think Kyle said we got what? He said we got 1 game in the next how many days?
Well, 2 games. We got one next Sunday. Then we got a bye week.
Right. So it's a lot of rest in between that time. Is what I'm getting at. Yeah,
but this is a long rest here. Yeah, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, so
Saturday,
we might
come back Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, we might be looking all right, man. We can get some guys healed up. Look, if Jordan Reed doesn't come back, man, and at least play, the last 4 games of the damn sign of him, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
let's get some guys in here that we can get some consistency with. It looks like these BYU quarterbacks are looking pretty good, huh? We got that guy that they're talking about. Yeah, and then look how good Taysom Hill is. Look like they got some good stock that comes from out. Fred Warner's brother plays in the secondary right now. Yeah, Fred Warner's little brother plays. I think I want to say safety. for BYU, he's looking pretty good too. And
well, we're going to see it. We got to go, though, Ellis. And tomorrow
yes,
night,
indeed.
we'll see out of Santa Clara Central. All right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Ronbo. Thank you for your platform.
Thank you,
Always,
bro.
family.
Thanks.
And
Thanks, Ellis.
shout out to the Not Faithful. Y'all stay locked in, and let's see what happens,
believing.
y'all.
Yes,
indeed. Yes, indeed. We can still get into the tournament, y'all. This shit don't happen every day, and hasn't happened in the past season. So we got to be optimistic right now, And Kyle's feeling optimistic, so let's keep it inspired, man. Let's stay inspired.
There you go.
All right, fam.
See you tomorrow, Ellis. Yeah. I tell you, I'm serious. I do not worry about the offense. I think they can get things going to some degree. I just worry, can the defense, because I've always had a thing about no pressure on the quarterback. We're not off. Last year, I was in seventh heaven, man. Boy, every time that ball got snapped, if you're not running, you'd better. Hey, Daniel.
How's it going, Rob?
It could be better. I mean, I wish this was like we could fast rewind and go back to last year at this time when we could do no wrong. First half of the season, we were dominant, omnipotent, and now we're asking questions like, oh, man, we got to get a pass rush. Got to get rid of Jimmy G. And, God, what's with the offensive line? And it go on and on. We're back to being whine. Daniel, let me stop.
Well, I'll just tell
What's
you right
on
now,
your
our
mind?
defense is suffering.
Yeah.
We have over 7 plays that have been over 40 yards on us.
Yeah.
So that's one of the worst defenses in the NFL right now with our secondary.
Mm-hmm.
That has a big thing to do with why we're losing games, though, and why we have to. It stinks with no pass rush. This is what happens.
Yeah. Quarterback, I don't care who.
But everybody that's looking for, everybody that's looking for a quarterback, I don't know, man. The best quarterbacks after the second round has been Jimmy G, Derek Carr, and Dak Prescott. So if it's going to be a quarterback, it's going to be in the first round. And I don't know you're going to pull the trigger on the quarterback in the first round.
See, I can't see that, Daniel. I can't imagine the 49ers taking a quarterback in the first round. It just goes against their nature. I can't imagine that.
That's crazy. Right? The last quarterback under Kyle Shanahan that he picked up was C.J. Beathard.
Do you think they'll actually go for Sam Darnold? Will they make a deal or trade for Sam Darnold? Do you like him? Do you think he's worth it?
I know he was hurt at USC. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to get another injury-prone quarterback. Just like Jimmy G.
Treadmilling, right? It's a lateral movement. I don't see him being more talented than Jimmy. Not a
Jimmy G but Jimmy G hasn't been the same after that ACL tear. You know that, right?
That's true. He doesn't. And as he's learned Kyle's offense, he seems to be going into a hole, a dark hole. I liked him better when he first came.
Yeah.
He was dynamic. He was fluid. He could feel pressure. He was out there rolling around. Yeah. He was directing traffic. He was going off schedule, doing a lot of things. That's why I said, this is the guy. And now, Kyle, I want you to stay in that pocket. You're going to go through your progressions. You're going to want to get rid of that ball as fast as you can. All right? So, okay, here we go.
Yeah, so, I don't know about man. If anything, I guess that does make sense to do that Sam Darnold thing. I don't know if we need to take a quarterback in the first round this year.
You can get anyone of the Golden
Boys. Like I said, you're gonna have to give up. You're probably gonna have to give up a lot for it because we're gonna get one of the top 5 quarterback, and you know how that is. They're not guaranteed to pan out, and it's our next 5 to 10 years.
I know it's a scary thing. That's why getting a quarterback in the first round makes
you
really desperate. Look, let's go down to the first round quarterbacks. Look at Baker Mayfield. Is he exciting? Jared Goff, Mitchell Trubisky, Carson Wentz. These guys are all having problems. Wentz is good, but he's a guy that is not going to make it the whole season. The best first round quarterbacks are Mahomes, who got drafted up for, and Lamar Jackson's starting to look a little shaky. What are the quarterbacks in the first round? Well, you got a few this year. Herbert looks pretty good. Let's see what he looks like later. But it's a risk. It's no longer
Yeah.
college football.
big
You become
risk.
the pros and you get your hat
It's a
handed
big
to
risk. You know. I mean, our last first-round quarterback was our first pick. You knew that was, right?
First round quarterback last time. Who was that? Oh, wait a minute. No, who are you talking about?
He played today. He had 300 yards today.
Oh, first round quarterback.
Yeah, first pick.
Oh, who was the first pick this
Alex
year?
Smith.
Oh,
Alex
wait a minute.
Smith.
Alex Smith, yes. You know, and also, I got to take it back, but he's an anomaly. You look at what's going on in Arizona. Now, he's...
Oh, that game was good. That game was good today. So was that Bills game. That Bills game was good, too.
Yeah.
Both those games were good. Kyle Murray.
Yeah, Kyler, Kyler's, I knew he was going to be good, though. I had a feeling after I first saw him, he can throw. And then he's got that kind of lightning quick speed. He's dangerous. And sure enough, he is. I got to watch that game, though. I guess I'll see that later. But
yeah.
Daniel, man, I tell you.
But,
man, Go ahead. We got about another 30 seconds. Go ahead. You got another 30 seconds. You want to add something else?
So just going into the slot receiver, Richie James has become a starter now, right?
I hope so. I tell you, Tanner's not doing it. Richie will get loose. Get him out there,
This
Kyle.
is how you win starting jobs, making plays.
Yeah. So, yeah, good stuff, man.
All right, man. I'll see you.
I'll be back
in a few
tomorrow.
days, all right?
Yeah, okay. We'll look for you.
All right, for sure.
All right. Night, Daniel.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Johnny V.
Ronbo, my man, what's happening, brother?
Joe, it's just just a potpourri of thinking going on now. We're still. I'm wondering what's going to go on in the future. We got a guys coming back next week, and for Thursday night, I'm hoping it didn't have start any cancerous growth in the locker room. We're better than that. I hope those guys still realize they can beat people up. Also, the ongoing saga of who stays and who goes next year. I guess we've already started that due to the fact we were losing, because if we were winning, more about, oh, God, how many of these guys are we going to be able to hold on to for next year? But we're already starting to harvest out players. So, but John, where are you at on all these matters?
Ronbo, let's look at it this way, brother. We were 13-3, right?
Yeah.
Did you give a damn where Peters was?
No, I know somebody did bring that up. I didn't even know. I forgot Peters was even part of the organization. Yes. No.
It's no offense to him. I mean, I just when you're winning, you're not giving a damn about the next step.
Yeah.
You know, we're beat up, and if you're on Twitter, man, you see what's going on. I mean, we're in the draft already, bro. We're week 9, and these guys, the whole damn fan base is in the draft already. We're already picking our draft picks. We already know where we're at in the draft. You're moving up, trading this guy, giving this guy, selling your mom. I mean, you're doing everything, bro. And we're in a bye week, bro.
Yes.
I mean, what the hell is going on with you fucking people?
I mean, everybody just
lost
quit.
my mind, dude.
Yeah, everybody quit. I mean,
it pisses
we're
me
impatient.
off, Ronbo.
Yeah. It's gonna get worse, John.
At the end of the day, it's gonna get worse. But Kyle hasn't taken. Look, you know, we can sit here and say Kyle hasn't given Jimmy G the right QB coach. He hasn't invested in his investment. He hasn't given him the best opportunity to excel. So, you know, you say he doesn't throw the long ball. When do you let him throw the long ball? Expect him to throw a pick. We expect Jimmy to throw a pick every game. But he's throwing these picks within like 15 yards, right? Why aren't you giving him an upper out more frequently? I see it in these stupid Twitter picks, videos that all these analysts and media, they got Jimmy throwing a 30, 40-yard, but he's on the other end catching it. But we don't ever air it out in the game. You aren't going to take the risk. You're not going to give him the opportunity to get better at the long ball because you're not going to let him throw it in the first place. It pisses me off. And the narrative's there that, you know, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan were flirting with quarterbacks. right, with Jimmy in the next room over, right when he got here. I mean, you weren't sold on this guy to begin with. So you shit his confidence right down the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you expect Jimmy to ever settle into San Francisco comfortably, knowing that your front office never believed in you in the first place? How could you? Has anybody ever wondered if Jimmy even wants to be here? Has anyone taken the? You've got Jimmy going there and everywhere already. You're ready to move off of him, but has anybody asked Jimmy if he wants to be a Niner? Maybe he can't stand being here, and he will excel somewhere else.
I hadn't thought about that.
I mean, let's be honest, Ronbo. Would you want to be Jimmy G? The fan base hates you. They've given up on you. They've traded you. They've already picked your replacement. Kyle's got no. Kyle, where has Kyle excelled in quarterbacks? He's flirted with Kirk Cousins in the rain, and dude ain't showed up. He's out there waiting in the rain for Kirk Cousins, passed on everybody. You know, did Matty Ice, so you're getting all this credit, but you inherited that dude. You didn't do a damn thing. Let's be honest here, man. I mean, wide receivers are your thing because you are, well, a former wide receiver. But you haven't shown me a damn thing about quarterbacks. What have you, a tight end coach? Come on, dude. Is the chef going to learn how to cook from the dishwasher? I mean, come on, Ronbo.
And John,
this is bullshit.
Let's go back to this time last year when Kyle Shanahan was publicly saying, I need for one of these wide receivers to step up. See, John, this is why when people hear me, I said, but you notice Kyle's not saying I'm not waiting for my quarterback to step up. I'm waiting for one of these wide receivers to step up. That's why I went out and got Emmanuel Sanders. I don't have any talents here. Nothing that people are talking about. So that's why I keep saying, I don't know if all of this is Jimmy's fault, guys. I think he needs, when he got Emmanuel Sanders, all of a sudden his game just woke up by a coincidence? I don't think so. And Deebo was a rookie. No. He started looking a lot better, but that was after Sanders got here. And Kendrick started looking a lot better. So Shannon says, I got 3 guys now. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. Yep. And Brady, they don't trust him. That's why they never throw the ball. Well, I got Mostert doing a good job, and I got 2 kids that I need to develop. I got 1 kid I need to develop. I got Sanders. Okay, I got 1. I got George. I basically got 4 weapons out there in the air, and I got Kendrick that plays in another role. So I'm saying, man, but that's all Jimmy's fault? I don't know about that. No. I wonder how another quarterback would do. Line? And
Ronbo, line them up. Line them up. The fan base already got half the interviews ready. Yeah. I mean, they're ready to go, bro. They've already moved them in the office.
Yeah, let's keep those same guys, the same receiving group. Yep. And I want to see if they just tear up the field and be bombing downfield and doing all these great things. I don't see it. This is why I keep saying.
Ronbo, Joe Staley was on that offensive line. He had one hand on his block, and the other hand was holding Mike McGlinchey's jersey on his toes. All right, he had one hand on the back of McGlinchey holding him up, and the other hand blocking. Okay, let's let Trent settle into this system. Oh, sure it did. I mean, Joe Staley's departure exposed that offensive line like nobody's business. It sucks.
It's got to get fixed. And you know, John, there's a lot to be said, though, about this. Shanahan may be thinking about altering his concepts, but I can't imagine that. These are concepts that go all the way back to his dad, and that's a long time ago.
He's so is he going to change
Is he going to change everything? We'll see.
No.
Johnny, great stuff, man. I mean, that's, boy.
You got it, brother.
Let me see you tomorrow, okay?
My man, Ronbo. It's been a little bit of what you've been thinking all along. I've been listening to you. I've been putting it together. It's everything I felt, and I needed to scream it out and talk it out as fast as I could get it out in my 2 minutes. Listen, my man, Ronbo, I love everything you do for us. Thank you, my man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Be safe out there.
You too, John.
Talk to you soon. Good night.
Looking forward. Night. Uh-oh. Bang! Uh-oh. Wait a minute. They took his gun away from him. He's down to a water pistol. Squirt! Squirt! Mel!
Squirt! Rat, what's good, Ronbo? How you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling all right.
Bang, bang, man.
Yeah, I just hate me from going from last year, the days of glory, to all of a sudden I ain't got no players, and the ones that are in there are getting called all kind of names and getting blamed. And is this right?
Yeah.
But go ahead, Mel. What do you think of there?
We would be nothing short of 100% retarded to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo right now. That is just that. The fans that are saying and yelling that and asserting that, come on, man. Do you guys know football? Have you been watching
what we have when we don't have Jimmy Garoppolo, all of the people saying, oh, yeah, we got to the Super Bowl, it wasn't because of Jimmy or Jimmy had nothing to do with it. Yes, he did. Do you remember what it was like before we got him? Do you remember what it was like when we don't have him? Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a bad quarterback. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough season. The dude physically has the ability. It's a mental thing that he has to get over. And if we move on from Jimmy Garoppolo, we officially start the rebuilding process.
Yes, that
You
scares
bring
me to
another
death.
guy in
Exactly.
here.
That
Right.
worries me to
So
death.
that's at least
4
2
to
years
5
of
years.
losing.
Yes.
Yep, of losing.
We gotta get you got to assemble
that's
players.
just not smart.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
Yep.
go through a whole thing.
The best move to make is to have a meeting with Jimmy, see where his head is at. Like the last gentleman was saying, we don't even know if
that was good,
hopefully
wasn't it?
he does. He sounds he hopefully he does. He sounds like he does. But there has to be some type of meeting, man. We have to see where everybody's head is at, because everything is veiled and everything is all good when we're winning, but when we're losing, the true feelings and everything come out. So yeah, man, sit down with Jimmy and just speak about the direction of what Jimmy thinks and what he sees and what the team thinks and what we see. And let's just get it done, man. Jimmy's a winner, bro. Have to do to prove that. Jeez Louise, the dude's record is impeccable with us. And again, to the individual saying, oh, yeah, that was all Raheem Mostert. Well, we had Raheem Mostert before Jimmy got here. Get out of here, yo.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I forgot about that's true.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? No, it's just Kyle's system. Nope, because we've been running the same system even when Jimmy's out. So what are you talking about? Nah, the best move to make would be speak to Jimmy, make sure everything's good mentally and all, and talk to him about restructuring his deal. So don't drop him. Don't get rid of him. Look, man, let's just restructure. We're trying to put the best team we can on this field. Let's go prove everybody wrong. That's number one. Number two, the season isn't even over, like I said last time, bro. We're 4-5. It sucks coming off a 13-3 season when you have realistic expectations of not losing a game. It sucks, but at the end of the day, we're still in position to make a push. The guys just have to want to do it. We're getting a lot of key guys back, one game in 24 days. So, man, we can do it, especially if we handle business.
Hey, but
right.
no, and I know you
I
don't
think
like
Stern was
entertain.
just trying to make a point.
But I know you don't like conspiracy theories, but it was mentioned earlier, man, they're keeping Sherm off the field in an attempt to trade him. But if they were going to do that, they would have did the midseason trade line, right?
Right, exactly. And also, so there were individuals after this game versus the Packers complaining about, a week before, complaining about, well, why was Dante Pettis in? Why'd you do that? Why'd you make him active for that game? Because the trade deadline was coming up, imbeciles. The trade deadline was coming up, so they were hoping that Dante did something
worthwhile
to show any other team that he has something worth trading for.
Dante went
so,
out
yeah,
there and
look,
got
put
hurt.
Dante in there. Hopefully he makes an acrobatic catch or he flashes something, and we can get more than a ham sandwich for him.
And
but
didn't
no,
even get
we
that.
just had to drop him.
Got a glass of water.
Where I think we did make the mistake though was getting rid of Quan, and I think that was for just the team morale. I think the move that should have been made, we should have dropped D Ford. Same deal, like dude.
Everybody would have supported
more for
that.
us than D Ford.
Everybody,
right.
yes.
So drop D Ford because D Ford is making money, even though he was restructured. Quan was restructured too. Drop D Ford. Nobody's going to bat an eye. You still keep the morale and everything. You still have that energy. So yeah, man. But when is Sherm supposed to be coming back? Is he coming back versus the Saints?
Only God knows. Because Sherm, like you said, Mel, ain't nobody's calf staying strained. What is he doing?
And right, and also a high ankle sprain. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this on my last call. They suck. I had one my junior year in college, and I was the team MVP as a sophomore, so I know what I'm talking about. I had a high ankle sprain. They suck. They suck really bad, but I didn't miss a single game. There were weeks and weeks and weeks. It was about 4 or 5 weeks straight where I didn't even practice at all, Monday to Thursday. Monday to Thursday at all. And I just played in the games on Saturday. I might do the walkthrough or whatever, and I just played Saturday. And I was a receiver. I was a slot receiver in college. So that's a lot of cutting and everything. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible. But, I understand these guys. They have to look long-term and everything, too. But, so I just got to take a couple games.
He was trying to play on that ankle. Well, it wasn't working.
Well, yep. So, yeah, man, so all this get rid of Jimmy talk, I don't like it because it's like You want to jump out of the frying pan into the fire. All the guys that people complain about more than Jimmy, that's who we're right, and that's who we're going to be going to. I love Nick Mullens. I love him as a backup. And Nick has the ability to do something. Hopefully he shows us something these last few weeks of the season. Hopefully.
No, we're going to.
Yeah, man. So,
Mel, I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right? So just go ahead and have a great night. Mel, you at work right now? Okay. Area code 209.
What up, Ronbo?
209. What is your name?
It's Jose.
What, you say Jose?
Yeah, Jose Arevalo.
Hey, Jose. Jose, man, I'll tell you, man, what's up? We're here looking at the team right now. And Jose, we've been through this before, down through the years. But we're in a very strange place right now. The Empire's angry, and we're starting to designate blame. And we're, calling people out, making trades and deals. But Jose, we're not going to make any more deals because the deadline for trades is over. So that's got to wait till the end of the season. But Jose, what do you think is going to happen in the weeks ahead? You got a lot of guys coming back from. It's not going to look like Thursday night again. I'm hoping. So they should look better in the weeks ahead. But Kyle Shanahan's got to make some adjustments. Are we going to the rest of the season? Or are we going to be looking at picking number 5 or 6 in the draft? I mean, that's what a lot of people think are wishing for. But we don't tank in San Francisco. I can't imagine that. They lose. No,
I don't think we'll tank. I think we'll be 50-50. It'd be up in the air of the games.
Maybe 8-8 then?
Yeah, I see it somewhere around there. 8-8.
Because we only got to win 4 more games, if that be the case, right?
That's right. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we can win 4 of those games. We got Washington, we got Dallas, Rams. You squeak one out. The Bills have been hit or miss. You never know.
I didn't even know they were that good today. Although
they showed up today.
Yeah.
But it is the Seahawks defense we're talking about.
But Josh Allen does look a little better than I thought. And you know what's so funny, Jose? Because Josh Allen and the Bills did exactly what I said to do this year. I said, what are you running the ball for? They can't throw it. They can't stop you. Just throw the ball, I mean, granted, we don't have the kind of receivers that the Bills have, but still, do it.
Yeah, I'm with you on everything, though. If you remember, when Jimmy came in, he was a beast. That's when he barely knew 10% of Kyle Shanahan's offense. I feel maybe it's Shanahan that's holding him back. I feel like Jimmy doesn't trust Shanahan. I think it's backwards.
I'm on the same page. I'm thinking that. I said, because he looked a lot different when he first came. Everybody's telling him a bust. I said, well, when he came, he wasn't a bust. All of a sudden, he starts learning Shanahan's offense. All of a sudden, he looks different. Coincidence? I don't think so.
He was doing all the plays he wanted to when he first came in. Now Shanahan's got him under a hold. Like, I want you to be a pocket passer. I want you to be a pocket passer. Now Jimmy's like, man, what do I do? Stay in the pocket. That's why everyone hates it, because he looks like a statue. But what can he do? He's got to listen to coach.
And he's got young receivers that are just learning the system along with him, right? That first year.
Exactly.
And I said, this is a really awkward situation. Okay, let's see what this develops. And I was hoping they develop a little faster, because Deebo looked good last year. Ayuk looks good this year. But it needs time. This hurry up and get rid of him and go get another guy, well, now he's got to come in and take some time. Jose, we have the personnel, when they're healthy, to contend now. You know what I'm scared of? Rebuild. Because if he comes in and he sucks, the new guy, we're back at square one.
Yeah, I don't want to restart all over again. I think we're good where we're at right now. Just keep it intact. But we need to do something. I don't know if, tell Shanahan with everybody, because, man, it's crazy right now.
George Kittle being gone doesn't help.
The injuries, too.
The injuries are there. I mean, think about it. If we still had Nick, even if we just had Nick, D can still lay on his couch if he wants to. We needed one guy, because Nick, Corey Hyder, Ronnie Blair, I think they would be fine, that group. You put Eric Armstead back at the interior, you probably do a lot better. Erica's on the edge all the time now. He's the DE. It's not working. Sherm is his calf won't heal. But we do have Jason Verrett, who's doing probably a better job than Sherm. Don't tell Sherm I said. Sherm, I'm just kidding, man. I'd like to see you and Verrett out there.
Very surprised this year. He surprised a few of us.
Who?
Jason Verrett.
Yeah. God, he's looking good.
I mean, Mosley surprised us too, but not in a good way. We figured him to be a little bit better, but, I mean, he's not bad. He needs a little bit more work probably.
He's better than Akello. If you can have somebody play next to a Pro Bowler, I like Mosley. He's got some things to learn, and he's learning them. It just, we got to give him a minute. This is 2 years as a starter, right? Or a year and a half.
Yeah. I think we'll be all right. I think we just got to, play it out this year, see what we can do, and we'll be back next year. But keep Jimmy, man. We got to trust him. Kyle's got to trust him.
Yeah.
He's got to trust Kyle, man.
And for God's sakes, Kyle, tell Jimmy, listen, what we're going to do with you this year is I'm going to trust you to use your judgment, all right? You want to audible? These are some of the options you're going to have. Let's go over these. And in this situation, this situation. Kyle, stop holding his hand. It's become a leash. Let him go.
That's another thing, too. In those games, Jimmy was one of the best comeback quarterbacks last year. That's when he was calling the plays. That's when he was moving, But when he's, getting with that Kyle Shanahan, he has to do this, he, complicates and stuff.
And he doesn't have the receiving group. He doesn't have, you put Julio out there and some of those guys that everybody thought Matt Ryan was so great for. Well, hell, look who he's got. He's got a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He's got great support wide receivers. He's got a couple of tight ends. Everybody does a good job. We haven't always had that. I'm not making excuses for Jimmy. I'm just saying it is what it is. So.
That's right.
Yeah. Well.
And then a lot of people are saying, how come we don't throw the ball deep? There's very few quarterbacks in the league, Russell Wilson and Rodgers, that they can throw the ball well downfield. Everyone else just throws it up there. Their wide receiver goes out there and catches it for them. It's not like he throws a good ball.
Yeah, not always.
That's what we'd be doing too.
Amen. That's the gospel truth. And then they don't grow on trees, Jose. You're not going to go out there and just find a guy who can throw the ball downfield deep, and he can run, he can do all these things. That's what I'm saying. Who is this guy? There's not that many of those. So, we're going to see, though. Jose, we got to go, fam. I look for you. Hey, Jose, great to meet you, too. Let's see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
You got it, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Night.
Have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
That's a K-Niner fan.
Yeah. And Chris.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Chris, I'm Jimmy's lawyer tonight. I mean, Jimmy's under extreme attack, and I keep trying to point out some things. I'm starting to feel silly doing it, but I still think it's fair to give Jimmy a little defense. Chris, what are you thinking? Chris,
I'll tell you, Ronbo.
Chris, are you on speakerphone? Yeah. Maybe come off a speakerphone so you don't pick up the entire room. Could I get you to do that, Chris? Chris, I think I heard a smidgen of a voice. Chris, I think he's trying to make a connection.
Is that better? Hello?
Now I can hear you, Chris. All right, go ahead.
All right, yeah, sorry about that, Ronbo.
Well, Chris, yeah. Well, you heard my crying before we lost you there. So that's where I'm at tonight. And Chris, we're looking toward the next few weeks. Chris, we've got a lot of games left in this season. Are we going to turn completely to poo-poo? I mean, what are you seeing?
I don't think that we are. And that's, as far as Jimmy G goes, I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I really want to believe in him, and I want him to be the answer. But I'm not sure if he is.
That's fair.
I want the fact of the matter to be that his ankle is the reason that he's been playing like such crap, and that as soon as that's good, he'll be back to the way that he was last year. But I'm not sure of that. So I really think I would like for him to hopefully get back completely healthy. Don't play him if he's not completely healthy. To get him back, if he is completely healthy, try to play him for at least the last couple of games of the season to see how he
I think that's
does
the plan,
then.
too. Yeah, because he's not coming back
Well,
before week 15.
I hope that is what they do, because I'd like to see him completely healthy, because I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to think that he's better than that, because I feel like
fair.
he was last year.
Yeah.
But there's just so much, it's hard to really tell. But either way, I think that they need to draft a quarterback this coming up draft. So that way, if my feeling is wrong, and what most people seem to be thinking is right, and he's not the answer, at least we have something to try to fall back on next year, because if he plays like this next year and it's not just his ankle, then
for sure
we're screwed again next year,
But do you remember him playing this poorly last year? Here's the thing. This is what I look back upon. I look back on the history, and Jimmy may have not had just incredibly great games, but he had some solid games last year, really solid. And we won a couple of games because of his arm. So this is why I say I don't know that we should just decide that what we're seeing now is the real Jimmy G. And this is what I am on this. This is apparently what you get when you got an injury like that as a quarterback.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like it's just an injury. I feel like he was better last year, and I feel like he should be better this year, after having more experience. But I don't know for sure. So that's why I really want them to draft a quarterback, so that way if he shows out next
and if
year,
he is, if he really is that bad, then bring in the new kid.
Somebody to fall back.
Yeah. And I got no problem with that.
I mean, I think that's the safest, best thing to do. Give him the chance, and hopefully he does show that it was just the injury, and he is improving. But if not, then we do have somebody to fall back on. And that's what I think what I think they do with Jimmy G. I'm afraid they're just going to get rid of it. And if they do, I can understand that. But I think maybe they're just going to get rid of him for somebody else, before the next season.
But Chris scares me to death. Who are you going to get rid of him for? There's not a lot of choices out there. Good quarterbacks are extremely tough to find. That's why I said you draft a kid out of college and let him sit and work for a while, like Aaron Rodgers and some of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. Even Mahomes played behind Alex Smith. It's a scary thought. Okay, we got rid of Jimmy. Okay, let's bring this guy in. Who is he? Well, he's blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what he's got. Uh-oh. Okay.
Well, that's why I really hope. I hope that they keep Jimmy because he knows the system.
Yes.
Hopefully it's just the injury. Hopefully he can show next year that, that he's better and that it was just the injuries this year. But if he sees that that's him and it wasn't the injury, then we have somebody else
to fall back on.
Come in
to
fall back on and to hopefully, come in and ball out and just be good enough with our defense back to being up.
You say goodbye to Jimmy without killing the organization and the current window that was open. Because George Kittle's coming back next year. Deebo will have another year of maturity. Ayuk will be in a second year of maturity. I don't know about Jordan Reed, but we'll have players that have grown up with Kyle, and now the wheels can turn at high speed. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. Potentials are being reached, and we didn't cut bait too soon.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ronbo. I really hope that they give Jimmy one more chance and they let him kind of mentor a quarterback that he pick up in the draft.
Sure.
And they can trade that quarterback away if Jimmy shows next year that he is the future. And if he's not, then at least he gets the benefits of being able to kind of play behind Jimmy and learn the system a little bit. And then they can swap to him if Jimmy's not the answer. And I know that we're about to have to go. I just want to say, they're going forward. I don't want them to just tank the season. I don't believe in losing.
They won't.
I do want them to set themselves up as good as they can for next year without tanking anything. I really believe that we can still make the playoffs, and we probably won't go anywhere in the playoffs.
That's why I don't want to go. We become the Hawks. Please. Every year, the Hawks. There they go.
I hope that they don't tank the season. Maybe we can play spoiler for the Hawks, towards the end of the season.
Now
and we can at least make the playoffs and show that we're not,
garbage.
even with all the injuries.
I know. It's been a terrible year for injuries. I mean, this is the worst I've seen in forever. Chris, good stuff, Chris. And I'll be back tomorrow if we can find you, all right? Okay. Hey, John, this is way before Camp Deebo breaks his ankle. Richie breaks her wrist, and Jimmy was a part of that get-together. Also, any chance he hurt himself, too? Wow. He didn't, I wonder. Shout out to Jarrell Elbow in the chat. Great points. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Jimmy's the kind of guy I can see now, though. He is not, if he can walk, I guess he's going to play. He wanted to play a week after he first got injured. And Kyle said no. And the next week, so he wants to play, but he's only damaging his own because he's getting trashed for those games. If he ain't feeling good, just sit down. Hey, Gio! G-O. Elliot!
What's up, Ronbo?
Elliot,
what's up, Ronbo?
We're looking into the crystal ball, and we're wondering what's going to happen next. We got, after that Thursday night game. Man, Elliot, we're in trauma. We got a butt whooping on Thursday night like we never got in the last 2-3 years. Even when Kyle first came, we was only losing by 3 and 4 or 5 points here and there. But to get blown off the field, and now you figure they're going to come back mad as hell for next week. Is that mad going to help them? And looking down the line at the schedule, we ain't got but half a season left. What are you looking at, E? What's happening?
I'm over here chilling, Ronbo. I understand football, right?
Yes.
But didn't they just tell the world that the team has been decimated by injury? There's nobody that's out there playing that is on the roster that played in that game. It's nobody. So, I mean, what are we expecting? Like, really, why are we talking about Jimmy G? I don't even understand. He hurt.
He's
not
scapegoat.
playing. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing against the Packers. He didn't play.
Out there, no.
He didn't play. He didn't throw no interceptions. He ain't fumbled the ball. He wasn't holding the ball. Like, why are we mad at Jimmy G? We been talking about if he played. Like, come on. I mean, like, just be honest. Like, Jesus Christ. People are so dramatic. They're too dramatic. Just chill. And understand. Look, the same way I'm going to say this, the same way that Trump got to take his L, let's be stronger. Let's be stronger than him and show him how to take an L. We gonna take L's. We ain't wearing our team. How you expect a team? Do you expect Tampa Bay to win when Tom Brady has gotten hurt? Do you expect Green Bay to win when Aaron Rodgers gets hurt?
Yeah.
Do you expect them to like seriously? Come on, they're hurt. We don't have a team this year. We got all the backup. Only thing I'm cracking up at is pay attention to one thing. Our special teams was our receivers this week.
I never even paid that attention.
What you expect?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ, what do you expect? Only thing I'm happy about.
And blame, it's Jimmy's fault. All of it's Jimmy's fault.
Man, blame everybody you want to. Blame Jimmy for the fact that Richie James had one of the best receiving outputs.
No.
That pretty much that any receiver on our team has had this season. So go ahead. Blame him for that.
You don't give Jimmy credit for positives. Anything goes wrong, it's Jimmy's fault. Anything that goes right, it's the receiver, it's the running back, it's the defense, it's everybody but Jimmy. No credit for Jimmy.
Everybody.
He sucks.
Calm down. Let's just take our L's, man. Let's just take our L's. It is what it is this year.
Yeah.
We don't have our team. We don't have our team.
And we don't have no one problem, because if it was that easy, hell yeah, you remove Jimmy. But it's not just
Right.
him. Yeah.
Right. We have a multitude of problems, man. Look, let's just take our L's this year. Let's not be no busters and tanks, though. That's not what we about. That's integrity right there.
No, they won't do that.
You know what I'm saying? That's integrity. So,
They
no,
won't.
let's not do that. I don't think we're going to do that. I still think we're going to finish the season somewhere in the 7-9, 8-8, 9-10, and be on the outside looking in and don't get into the playoffs.
That's 19
but
games.
At the end of the day,
Mhm.
it is what it is this year, man. It's terrible, but next year, let's come back with a better spirit. Let's finish strong up and let our team know that we ain't no busters. We ain't going out like that. And we coming back next year the
Yes.
same way we were supposed to come back this year.
I know, right? When Quan left the Legendary Revenge Tour, completely was dismantled. They shut the train down, made everybody get off the car and go home.
My only last words to that whole situation is this, Ronbo. You don't trade nobody to a team that's trying to beat you.
I know, right?
That's the only thing. Go ahead, bro.
No, I didn't want to see Quan leave. You know, I developed, like everybody else, an emotional attachment to Quan. So I was kind of crushed, but I understand what they was doing. But still, my God.
You trade him all the way across the world, man. Don't trade him to the team that's trying to beat you. You trade him across the world. So we ain't even got to worry about this. Is a man who knows your defense, he knows your offense. He practices against it day in, day out, man.
Hey, E,
That's why we ain't trade D4 yet then, if that's the case.
Won't nobody take him, you know? And that's why the Hawks, Pete Carroll, anybody coming out of San Francisco, Pete Carroll's on the phone with him right away. You want to be a Hawk? Yeah. All right. I'll pick you up in the morning in the airport. God, brilliant.
And they trash over there. What we need them for?
We gotta.
They trash.
I know. We gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. Okay.
Okay, Neil. I'm glad to see you tomorrow. I'll be back with you tomorrow.
You're looking forward.
Let's just all be happy. Let's just chill.
I know we need it. Yeah. We can start nailing, crucifying Jimmy. Jimmy, say a little Ty for me, and I'll see you tomorrow.
No doubt, I sure will, man. You have a good night. Love y'all and everything, man.
Hey, we all love you back too.
All right, bro.
Night, E.
No doubt. Thank you.
Yeah. And Clarence Molina. And my concern is that Jimmy G is now injury prone, as he has had injuries in New England also. We need to draft a future quarterback, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Kyle Trask. And Clarence, it's a valid point. Jimmy has been hurt a lot. My only concern is, can we guarantee and promise that the guy comes in, either any one of these guys, are they going to come in and avoid injury? It's a rough game. It's a tough call. Jimmy got lucky last year and went the whole season, and this year he's having all kinds of problems. Maybe next year he comes back and he's like completely. Nick comes back, no injury. George comes back, no injuries. I almost said D comes back. Oh, no! D is finished. Now, this is what guys say. D is never going to get better. If he does, he's going to come out there. Oh, man, I got to lay down until I feel worse. Hey, Big Steve. Big Steve. Big Steve. All right. Let me go back to check on Gio. Gio! Are you there, Gio?
Hey, Ronbo, I'm here.
Hey. Well, Gio, as you know, the conversation tonight is of trying to look into the future. And is it all going to be doom and gloom? Or are we clinging to what happened Thursday night and thinking that that was representing fully the San Francisco 49ers? What do you see going forward? And the conversation has been, no matter what, Jimmy G has got to go. But if you're on that part of the camp, please tell me how you're going to replace him and how you're going to do going forward. But otherwise, but go ahead.
Well, I think like most of the callers are the ones who we're not necessarily for Jimmy 100%, but if you let go of Jimmy, I don't see it happening during the season, but even in the off season, we have to go into some sort of rebuild mode. And I don't think that's the answer right now. I still think that this team has potential, to compete for a championship. And if we do that, how many years are we looking down the road that we may have to sacrifice? And then you got to think about, some free agents who may not be here. That's one thing that I'm thinking about, just looking ahead. Like, we need to sign Juszczyk, right? If you want to keep him along. Nick Bosa is going to get expensive, so long as he doesn't remain or doesn't get injured, often. I don't know. It's just, I know Jimmy is kind of like the scapegoat. And I'm 50-50 about him because I almost feel like he may have been exposed or he's been exposed. But is it also Kyle's limitations? With his style of play, I don't know. I'm not really sure. What do you think when it comes to that? I mean, I know everyone's picking on him.
I was pointing that out earlier. It says, we want Jimmy G to start turning into Kyler Murray. But, Kyle doesn't – that's not his offensive system. That's not – Kyle would have a fit if his quarterback started running around. He wants you to keep your eyes downfield. That's why he lays out these elaborate routes for these guys to run and all that other stuff. Now, if you're running around – these are timing patterns that Kyle is talking about. You're supposed to count 3, 2, 1, go through progressions, and hit that spot where that wide receiver can run right into it. My thing has been, I'm not sure if our wide receivers, and I'm not blaming them entirely, I'm not sure if this is a process between the quarterback and the wide receiver that can be just grasped and executed perfectly immediately. And we don't have that kind of patience because all we see is Jimmy's part of the game, and it may have been partly to do with the receiver as well. It may have had something to do with the offensive line. There's lots of blame to potentially go around, but you throw the quarterback out, you bring another guy in, he looks like Jimmy. Why? Because of some of the things I just said. It's a puzzle. It's a sequence. It's an order of things. They have to all come together. That's what makes his offense so elaborate and so deadly when it's done right. But it takes time.
That's true. I agree. Continuity is everything, especially for, in sports, football. Yeah. And if I may, Ronbo, just to steer a little bit away from Jimmy, if we're looking at this, or just this season, if we have any shot in competing even just to enter the playoffs, like the players usually say, when they're being interviewed, it's 1 week at a time. We have the Saints coming up. The Saints destroyed the Bucs tonight.
Wasn't that scary? God. Oh.
It was, but here, let me ask you this real quick. Let me turn on the defense on Salah. We play a zone defense, is it mostly? Or correct me if I'm wrong.
They've actually, it's a hybrid now. They fall into man-to-man. It's seemingly on cue from what I can see. But mostly they try to stay in zone, and sometimes, as I say, you'll see them go man. And Jimmy, okay, I'm not sure what they're doing with Jimmy Ward, but he's not fully getting it because he's supposed to be getting special assignments right now. God.
Travarius Moore is the one that I hope they put in, because the Saints, they picked apart the Bucs zone defense this evening, and the Bucs, they have a good defense, but man, I just hope Salah's paying attention, or watches the film and makes those adjustments, because that's one thing that I feel like as fans, I don't think we've seen that enough either. It's from Salah or Kyle during the game when we're losing. We don't make adjustments. To me, it just seems like they wait too long to make that adjustment right away.
Gee, the Bucs we got picked apart last year. Zone, you can't play zone against Drew Brees. I don't understand why any team in the league, he loves it when you play zone. He's going to take you apart like a surgeon. I don't understand why teams do that with him.
Exactly. And just to add to that, Ronbo, if we get Raheem back, that's going to be essential because the Bucs could not establish a run game. Mm-hmm. So Brady, who's actually really good at play action as well, it just wasn't there, because they were one-dimensional all evening. So I know we've been hurt with the running back crew as well. I just hope that Raheem is healthy enough, and if he is, he will give the offense a chance. Because otherwise, then we're just going to be, we have the potential to just become one-dimensional, and then the Saints' defense is no joke. So,
I know.
Just
man, and Michael Thomas is back just in time. Oh, God. Anyway, well, Gio, we're going to survive this. I don't know how. We're going to survive the Saints. We're going to come out there with a new perspective because I want the guys to be coming. If we lose, I want it to be a field goal. I mean, I want the 49ers to feel good about themselves, and I want them to think they can compete. I can't sit here and watch beatings every week looking forward to the draft. No. Just no.
No, we got to try to win some games. Yeah, we got to try to compete still and keep that same mentality.
All right, Gio. Great stuff. But I'll be back tomorrow looking for you if you get a chance.
All right, you have a good night.
You too. Hey, let me Clarence Molina up here. I see Clarence. Clarence is not saying we need to get him out now unless the right deal comes our way. Draft a guy to light that fire into Jimmy G. Keep Mullens and bye-bye CJ. Second good for that. Wouldn't it be funny, though, if and everybody says Josh Johnson is only on our roster right now to help the defense learn how to deal with mobile quarterbacks. Wouldn't it be funny if Josh Johnson, since everybody wants to get a mobile quarterback, Kyle trots him out there to experiment? Because somebody already threatened and said we might start experimenting for the rest of the year just to improve our draft potential. Hey, thanks, Clarence, for that contribution. Wouldn't it be fun if that was true? But Josh, if something happens to CJ and Nick, that is what happens. Big Steve. Big Steve. It's Hayden. Hayden, come on in, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Hayden, if you've been listening, I'm sitting here whining and crying about our situation, unlike I like to do, because I love, last year was so much fun. We could talk about how many ways can we take these guys apart this week, and we'd go in there and do just that. Wasn't it fun playing the Packers last year, Hayden? I love playing the Packers.
Well, I kind of saw that coming because you know what we did to them last year two times. They were waiting for that moment.
They can't get any
Once
satisfaction.
they saw that schedule, they marked that day they would see us.
I know.
Well, maybe not in the beginning of the season, because in the beginning of the season we were
still
like
tough.
on like the top 5 bets to be like in the Super Bowl contentions. Now it's looking like maybe wild card.
You think so? You think we still get as a wild card? Hey, do you want to go to the playoffs though with this team?
See, let's see. We're beating Dallas if we go in the playoffs. We're not losing the Bill Gilbert, whatever his name is. God, they're on their like 7th-string quarterback.
I know.
Bill Gilbert, and he almost beat the Steelers.
Well, yeah, that's a good maintain. They almost beat the Steelers, and the Steelers' defense is nasty tough. I thought. So, but Hayden.
Yeah, I think it's like Bud Dupree, DJ, and then Joe Hayden.
Yeah, they're whoa, man, they'll beat you up. It's the thing I worry about the most. Our defense, though, we don't. Quarterbacks can sit back and relax.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I forgot Sherman was on the team.
I don't even see him on Twitter anymore. Sherman's like laying low. An 8-week calf
He's
injury,
like,
Sherman?
"Oh, good job, Mosley. Good job, Mosley." That's what he says on Twitter. Well, no, how about saying good job, Mosley, that you left week 1, just vanished. Can you please play? We need you. God, please.
Maybe he wants nothing to do with us now, since we're like mediocre again until we get our guys back.
But imagine him, because Sherman last year, they only kind of exploded or kind of just took him apart when they do man-to-man. But just don't do man-to-man. Jason Verrett and Sherman.
It would be,
and then see how that does. And if not, just take Sherman right out because Mosley's good. See, he gets beat and then he learns right away.
Yeah, that's the
Jason
thing.
Verrett
He's
needs to
still
work on
learning.
that because Jason Verrett just got beat and beat and beat and beat and beat. Mosley beat once, didn't see that again.
Well,
He adjusts easy.
Verrett's he's pretty solid this year though, because you look at all the combos we could have. We could have Sherman and Verrett on the field. We could have Jordan Reed and George Kittle on the field at the same time.
We were all excited. Oh my God, week 2. Jordan Reed just absolutely demolished the Jets. Oh, week 3, he does good. Oh, he gets hurt.
Oh, there you are.
And now he just pulled a freaking D Ford on us. Played one snap. Ooh, my leg hurts. I'm going to sit out for 5 weeks.
Well, there you go. There's another combination. D Ford, Nick Bosa. That was going to be the
D Ford has like some. D Ford has like some virus. I'm not even joking.
I don't want to play, but that's the virus.
He spreads it to the locker room when you get hurt. Oh God, that's what I'm scared about, Nick. If we keep D Ford, he's gonna spread that like whole. If you try to play early, and you'll not play for the next season.
They're gonna try to unload D Ford. If they let
I think that's what happened to Sherm. I'm not even joking.
Maybe. Sherm, D Ford,
the D Ford
Quan.
virus.
Yeah, we're gonna be a young team next year, Hayden. Hayden, how old are you? You might be able to play with the 49ers next year. They're going really young next year. Because we can't afford big contracts, so we're gonna need talented kids.
The only thing I don't like about the Quan trade is like the locker room. Everyone was just irritated. Irritated. Fred was crying in the press, saying, "I'm gonna miss him." Like that's not good.
You see those tweets,
Ronbo? That's
boring. You damage your locker room doing those kind of deals. Quan, I don't know.
I get it. It's for the business, but Quan is like we're down. He's like hyping everyone up.
We don't have any locker room guys. Sherm was the same way, and he's not in there.
Remember before every game they would do they would go in a circle and then they would clap their hands and say,
"That was Quan." Yeah.
That was all Quan. He doesn't play the best, but he was like the Patrick Willis of like energy. That
he definitely was the energy guy.
Gets everyone hyped up with his talking, how he talks. Like remember Patrick Willis before every game he would get everyone hyped
fired.
By,
even the fans in the stands got fired up when Willis would do that. It'll get better, Hayden. Because we've hit a plateau of bad.
I wish the best for him, and this is what I'm only scared about. Quan's like, oh, you think you're just gonna trade me away and not get away with it? Emmanuel Sanders, oh, you should have kept me instead of trying to re-sign whoever Jimmy Ward is. Where is he at the field?
I know.
And where's Eric Armstead? What happened to that guy?
It's really bad all over.
They wanted to keep Jimmy Ward and Eric Armstead instead of Emmanuel Sanders and DeForest Buckner.
Well, no,
that hurts,
They got rid of Defoe so they could sign those guys too. It's a combination. Hey, we got to go. Let's see you tomorrow, okay?
I just feel we could sneak in the wild card, and then Cowboys. Yeah, we're beating the Cowboys.
Oh God, would that be hilarious? All right, Aiden. I like that idea.
Ronbo.
Bye, Aiden. Hey, Alex.
What it do, Ronbo?
It's crying time. Everybody's got a towel, or something like And, I think this. Alex, we can all be back in a New York state of mind by next week if we could just at least put up this hell of a battle against the Saints. Because quite frankly, Alex, honestly, the Saints look scary tonight. And they made the Bucs look like comedians out there trying to play football. Oh, my God. And then that's why I was on Twitter. Oh, God. And guess who's got to play them next? Oh, God. But, Alex, other than my fears, are you scared? How do you see the rest of the season playing out here? And also, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I do want to touch on Jimmy G a little bit, but I'll start with the Saints. Man, I don't know what to expect, Ronbo. I really don't, because I don't even know who's starting. Like,
and if he is starting, how long is he going to stay? You know, next week you have a lot of guys coming back, though.
Oh, is that what the reports are?
Oh yeah, all the COVID bunch is coming back, and it seems that Deebo and Mostert are supposed to coming back as well. So you got a pretty good offense there. Nick's going to be running it,
True.
But still.
It'll come down to Nick Mullens then, if he can distribute the ball or he can just play well, and if our defense can get off the field. Because we played. Yeah, I barely remember that Green Bay game. I feel like this last week was just such a blur. I can't remember if it was the Green Bay game or Seattle game where we couldn't get off the field on third down. Like we held them the third down and we couldn't get off the field. I don't know if it was the Packers game or the Seahawks game or both. I don't remember.
Both.
So it'll come down to that.
Yeah, and that's what worries me more than anything. The offense is not as worrisome as the defense.
Right. I do want to touch on Jimmy G though, because I hear a lot of people saying like want to keep him.
No, you don't.
Ronbo.
95% says no, get rid of Jimmy. And they've already got their Alex, we've already got our quarterbacks picked out. Sam Darnold is high on everybody's on a few people's list. You got Zach Wilson, you got all these other college quarterbacks. Yeah, all these guys are Jimmy's out of here. If there's a vote right now, it would be an overwhelming Jimmy is gone.
Okay, just because I've heard people talk about Jimmy tonight and like we need to keep him. So people are saying like, oh, Kyle's not letting Jimmy throw the deep ball. Jimmy's not looking for the deep ball. This dude Ayuk has been open down the sideline time and time again, and you can see the visible frustration with him. Now, I want to talk about like Kyle Shanahan's new contract extension and like back in the day trading for Jimmy Garoppolo. We traded for Jimmy Garoppolo like Shanahan's first season, middle of the season, and from there we built a team around Jimmy. Now look at the pieces that we got 3-4 years later. It's time to get that new quarterback in here, whoever it may be. I'm hoping that we kind of go all in and draft a guy because I think that's really like all we need is a quarterback. And I don't want to keep this Jimmy Garoppolo experiment going. I think that we've seen like his ceiling, and I don't want to waste another year of Shanahan's contract with Jimmy G. I want Shanahan for his, I guess it'd technically be his second year next year on his new contract. I want to see a new quarterback, and I want to see, like, not like a start over, but just a new quarterback with all these pieces, because I feel like Jimmy isn't utilizing all the pieces that we have. We might have, outside the Bucks, the best skills position group in the entire NFL, bro. Like, we got this dude Ayuk is going to be a superstar. He just needs a quarterback to get in the ball. This dude Deebo, we already know how he is, and obviously we know how Kittle is too. And then we get Richie James, who put up 180 against the Packers with, like, I just think that I don't want to waste any more time with Jimmy Garoppolo, hoping that he can be this guy. I think that we've already seen him. And we also have to add into account all the injuries that he's had. He's only played one full season. And I think that has some stock in it going forward. So that's just my case for, like, starting over next year, get some guys off the books, get some free agents in to fortify the offensive line, maybe find an edge rusher, draft a quarterback, and trade up for one. I want to see us trade up for a quarterback, whether it's Lawrence, Fields, or Wilson, or even Mac Jones from Alabama. I think there's a lot of options that we can groom. Shanahan can groom his quarterback. Not something that we draft for. Because I feel like if we draft for Sam Darnold, it's almost like a Jimmy G thing. It's like the same type of feel for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I feel about Jimmy and going forward with the quarterback.
All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much you're in the majority. So we'll see. Hey, Kyle may be too. Somebody just reported that Adam Peters was out looking at Zach Wilson. So I don't know what that means. How that got back. So, yeah. I got a feeling it could be everybody gets their wish. But my only thing is, okay, bring these guys in, but I want Jimmy left in place for this kid to work behind him. Jimmy falls, bring him in. But otherwise, I want a guy that knows the system, All the players on the team know him. I want his ankle to stop hurting. I want to see the Jimmy G I saw last year. And then if he still fails, okay. Now at least the whole system doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
Because, Alex, if that kid comes in that you're talking about or any of these people, and they come in and they fall short, now we're screwed. Because the window's going to close, and you got to go out, and now you got to go through the same thing we're going through when Kyle first came. And that scares me the bejesus out of me.
Agree. Jimmy would have to take a contract, a pay cut, though. I was going to ask you, Ronbo, who out of all the quarterbacks that you could have next year, like all these names were kind of thrown around, what name kind of rises to the top for you?
Only Aaron Rodgers. Everybody else to me is forget about it. I'm not even interested. Some of the kids that are in college, I don't know, maybe, but that's the way it is with a college quarterback. He looks like he's just something special in college. He comes to the pros, and he turns into Baker Mayfield, Heisman winner.
What if we got Trevor Lawrence?
You don't know. Maybe he works. Trubisky was high on the list, too. It's a scary call, Alex. Maybe. The guy that everybody should have got drafted at the end of the draft. Patrick Mahomes was the best thing in the draft in the last 10 years. So
Wilson was a third pick.
Wilson, I think Mahomes may have more upside than Wilson. In fact, I know he does. He's going to have more records than when it's all said and done.
I think you're splitting hairs there. I think they're so good that you're splitting hairs, but you could go either way with those guys, I think, for sure.
Yeah, Russell's definitely the king right now, for sure. But I think as the years go by, Mahomes is probably going to surpass him. But, hey, Alex, good stuff. I'll tell you what, let's see you tomorrow if you get a chance. All right?
All right. Sounds good, man. Thanks for the platform.
Hey.
I hope you have a great night.
Thanks, Alex. I hope the same to you. And thanks, Cat Fam. Appreciate that. All right.
All right.
Hey, Big Steve.
What's up, Ronbo? I was just about to go upstairs. I just got home from work, but I was like, you know what? He might take me next. I've been on the phone listening. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in my car.
I think we called you. Is this the first time we called Big Steve? No, we called you earlier.
Yeah, you probably did because I was at work. I was cleaning up, getting out, so I got my phone on me.
That's okay. Well, Steve, come on in. We're looking into, after Thursday night, everybody's still in shock. So we're kind of scared. You know, it's so funny, Steve. You get the combination of last Thursday night, and then you look at the complete dismantling of the Saints taking the Bucs apart. I mean, he tore them from limb to limb, left him out there a smoldering heap, and we got to play him next week. That is scary. Your mind is just, oh my God, look at that.
You know what I did last Thursday, Ronbo? I watched half that game, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I can't watch it.
That was awful.
And then I saw, yeah, oh my God. But I mean, what do you expect? They took 100% of our offense away.
Yeah.
Offensive starters away. I mean, I didn't expect us to win, but that ass whooping was. That wasn't.
We couldn't stay on the field. We couldn't get any first downs. Our defense was just out there all evening. It was just really wow.
Oh, and then all these guys. And then all these guys on the COVID list, and I'm like, oh boy. I was like, we're done.
And it was wrong.
So I gave up. I gave up. I was like, you know what? This isn't our season. We'll be back next year. And then today, I'm on Instagram, and I see that you put up something about all the receivers are coming back next week. They all cleared, and I'm like, no, you can't do this to me.
They were never, Steve. They were never supposed to miss the game in the first place. The test came back negative twice. How'd you guys make that mistake? Oh.
And you see Aaron Rodgers bragging, and they're making a big stink about him. I'm like, bro, he beat basically a high school football team of backups.
He's doing the talk show circuit, I mean, why is he? Oh, that just.
We killed him last year twice.
And
you know what? That's
the 49ers were doing the talk show circuit and talking trash. Everybody else was. Aaron's sitting there laughing and giggling with everybody. They're having fun talking about beating the 49ers JVs. Man.
Yeah, he did give Fred Warner props, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, you have to give Fred Warner, but he really is the best linebacker in the game. So,
But besides that, man, we're in a interesting predicament now. We're getting all our receivers back, but here's the thing: can we rely on Mullens? Now, see, Mullens put up 20 points in 12 minutes against Seattle in the fourth quarter. That's in over 230 yards passing.
Hopefully, he can do that again.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a light in the tunnel. But the flip side of that is, like, you know, Mullens isn't exactly 100% reliable, and he has a track record of going south when when he starts getting good and things are like, oh man, maybe we can trust Mullens, and then he throws the game. So it's like, do we trust Mullens to go out there and hook up all his receivers, because he can? But I feel like Beathard would be the better option.
Yeah, how come?
Until Jimmy gets back.
Yeah, now this is something nobody's ever brought this up. Elaborate.
I think Beathard has. I think he's more accurate. I think he makes less mistakes. If you remember, Ronbo, you go back to God, I hope I get this right. What was it, 2016? Maybe
2017. He had to be 2017 because Kyle came in 2017.
Yeah, so it was that season where Beathard had started pretty much most of the season, maybe, and we were only losing by 2 or 3 points a game.
Yeah.
Every game we lost, we didn't do good. We did horrible, but we were only losing by a smidgen. Now, Mullens won us a few games here and there, but when we lost with Mullens, and all those games we lost with Mullens, it was usually by big chunks. So I feel like Beathard has a better chance. And plus, Beathard didn't have the receivers then he has now.
Yeah.
So you give him the Yak Bros, you know, and Richie James. You know, let's talk about Richie James.
I want to talk about Kyle for not inserting him sooner. If Kyle doesn't, if he puts Richie on the shelf this week, it's going to make a lot of people scratch their head.
I agree. I agree, man, and I don't know why Richie James wasn't out there sooner. I think that you need to add him to the list. I mean, add him to the starters.
I agree.
Have Ayuk out there with Kendrick Bourne. Who else we got?
You got Deebo,
and then Richie James in there.
And Richie James. That's a great threesome right there. And also Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick looked like he was just going off the rail against the Hawks. So if he's ready to play, you know the rest of those guys are ready to go. You got an offense there you can work with. His aerial attack. If Mostert comes back, like they're saying he may be back this week too, now you've got the run game back in place.
I'm about to ask you about that. Who's coming back this week, Ronbo?
The speculation is you bring Mostert back and you bring back Deebo, and then you bring back the rest of the guys. Okay, and Jordan Reed played sparingly last week, so maybe they just kept him on I understand that people thinking they kept him on account. So maybe he comes back too. Now you got a legitimate tight end. You got Ross Dwelly, who's looking better and better. You got Juice, and you got a bevy of receivers you can work with. So we got an offense.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the offensive line.
And that's another thing, Ronbo. They didn't use Juice like they could have used, especially with Kyle Shanahan, the way he runs that offensive team. They could have used Juice, and they could have used Jordan Reed was lighting it up early in the season. I don't know what he was doing out there against Green Bay. Green Bay's defense is decent, but it's not,
We made him look awesome,
We did. We really did. But today was a day to rejoice, though, in the NFC West.
I know. I mean, I love it. Josh Allen just took the Seahawks apart. And hey, Steve, we got to go. But you know what's really funny? I loved it because it's like Sean McDermott says, forget about balance. I'm going to attack them where they're weak. Kyle, look at Sean. I told you. Forget about running the ball. Maybe you could throw some things out in these little screens, but throw the ball. These guys aren't ready for that. But we didn't, we couldn't provide enough offensive line protection. But Josh Allen gets out of the way. They took Josh down 7 times, and he still threw for 400 yards. That's how bad the Seahawks secondary is, Steve. They're just meat to be cut.
I know. I said the same thing today, Ronbo. I said the same thing about Seattle's defense being exposed. I said, and I picked because we do we pick the teams at work. So we have we throw money in and shit. So I said, I'm taking Buffalo. Everybody's like, oh, you're crazy. I said, I'm telling you what. Buffalo's going to expose Seattle. They did.
Badly.
We're still in this thing, Ronbo. I feel like especially because Seattle and Arizona went down today, that gives us a little glimmer of hope, man. If we can just keep like, you know, I know we got New Orleans next week. Oh God, I don't know how that's
No,
gonna
it's
go.
scary thought, isn't it? Okay, let's see what happens. Because some people are thinking New Orleans is going to be sitting there and they're going to get caught flat-footed. The 49ers are going to have a mad on about last week. They could play some inspired football. Let's just see if the defense can do anything about the Saints' attack. Because we're going to score points, I got a feeling.
If we have Mostert back out there. If we have Mostert out there, and I think with Deebo and Ayuk and them, I think we might have a chance. If we could somehow squeeze by New Orleans, we got Dallas and then
we got a bye week after that to rest and heal up, too.
Yeah, but then we got Bills. Oh, I don't know, Ronbo.
Oh, God, the Bills are smoking hot right now.
They need to put Beathard in there. I'm telling you, they need to put Beathard in there until Jimmy comes back.
Well, you know, Kyle, he's not real patient. If Mullens goes out there and smells the place up, he'll throw CJ in a heartbeat. You know this. So.
Oh, for sure.
Anyway.
Well, all right, Ron. I know you got other callers waiting to get in.
We got to wrap up, actually. But, Steve, good talking to you as usual.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
All right, sure thing.
All right. Night, Big Steve.
All right. Much love, Ronbo.
Thanks, man. Looking forward.
Have a good night, brother.
Thanks. Yeah, fam, I tell you, it was like watching the Saints just, they just ripped through a good team. Didn't it scare you? I don't usually like to show fear. I wouldn't. If we had all of our guys, let's go. But now, I just don't want another embarrassing situation. I get shamed. I love my team to death just like you do, but don't get beat to death and ran off the field. That's painfully bad to watch. And, well, you know what's so funny? It's nice to not see so many Hawks in here today. I could use a Hawk beat down every week. It'd be such a wonderful thing. We got, hey, Bobo, what's up? We the defending MC champs. Bring on the Saints and anybody else. We ain't scared. Us, Bobo. Thanks for slapping me out of it. We got nothing to lose anymore, and that makes us think, ooh, hanging loose and beaten up. Just go out there and play ball. Have fun. Do whatever you want to do. Get the Saints on their heels. But, I actually am not worried about the offense. I think they're going to be fine. I really do. I'm serious when I say that. What I'm worried about is the Saints. Can we stop them at least from scoring as many points as they did today? Because if they can do that against the Bucs defense, I'm a little concerned. But you have faith in the Niners, Ronbo. I'm going to do it, too. I'm going to do it, fam. Whew. Work's cut out for us. Fam, we'll come back tomorrow night. Let's see what happens. Let's see what develops in Santa Clara on Monday morning. And let's get together tomorrow night on Raw and talk about it. No matter what happens, it's your fault, Jimmy. Jimmy, my dude, I'm going to stick up for you, Jimmy, to the end, boy. I know you can get it done. You ain't coming back till you feel better, though. Fam, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. You know I love you. Coming to get you, Saints. Coming to get you.